step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Well, a very good morning, you beautiful early risers. It is the 21st of July, and of course, a brand new day. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Katleho Mabue.
Ikamalam Guguhle Adams, and it feels so good to be starting off the day with you right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Absolutely. You just came to a realization right now. Are you ready to settle into this day now?
I'm so ready. It's the 21st of July. Literally, as they were counting down, I'm like, it's the 21st of July. It's my best friend's birthday. I almost forgot.
Okay, well, I'm glad
I'm
that
a
the
terrible
ring...
friend.
No, you're not. The fact that the ring of the 21st of July reminded you means you're a good friend, because it was sitting somewhere in your subconscious, right?
Exactly.
But other than it being the 21st of July, it's also lockdown day 117.
Wow.
And we've all had our fair share of binge eating, I'm sure, for the sake of eating. And sometimes we even make multiple trips to the fridge only to find that, you know what, there's the same food there that was there before. It didn't change.
Literally a
your
second
fridge didn't
before.
magically just...
Why do we do that? Why do we just go back to the fridge to hope?
You hope. Like you looked.
Hope.
Maybe I didn't look properly. Maybe that ice cream I was looking for.
It's there. Oganya, that ice cream doesn't have biscuits inside. It actually has ice cream.
So the question we're asking is, what's the one thing you've been snacking on during lockdown? Do let us know. Have you been snacking quite a lot?
Very healthily, surprisingly.
Really?
On like strawberries, on bananas, on like fruits and stuff. But I've been cooking a lot.
I love
Okay, I've been cooking a lot.
Fruit and stuff.
Fruit and stuff,
You know how I roll. No sucrose.
Whatever. Listen, man, as we get the day started, let's check in on the rest of the team. What's happening?
Oh, good morning, gang. My name is Graham Richards. Welcome to it.
My name is Jamie Domberg. Welcome to it. Indeed, it's a Tuesday morning, the 21st of July. When Kukle said it, I was like, oh my word, wow.
Another month has just flown by. Now, all I can think about is what I've been craving, actually.
What have you been craving?
I've been craving a lot of things. Just like, for me, it's more texture. I suppose I've been eating on this diet for such a long time now that I just crave the texture of things in my mouth, like bread. Something like that would be great. But it's weird how you do get kind of roped into that during lockdown. I've definitely gone through craving periods where I've eaten a huge amount, and I think a lot of us can relate. What was your craving?
Chicken wings.
Chicken wings.
I'm just craving like lots of chicken wings. I can't even explain what.
Because we do sometimes have chicken wings for breakfast on the show.
And bread. And I think it's because the two of us is trying to be like eating clean. So now it's everything. And then Chef Clem and Nicole doesn't make it any easier.
Not at all.
All these things that they make and like, oh.
And there's a coffee and date cake today with a little blonde crumble going on. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But maybe you want to kind of share, live vicariously through us, or we can do it through you. This morning you can share with us, what have you been craving during lockdown? What's been your go-to? What are you craving right now? Send us a picture and make the rest of us drool this morning. We'd love to connect with you. Expresso Morning Show on Facebook is where you can find us. At Expresso Show is the handle to use on Twitter and on Instagram. We'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Right now, it's time to get on with the show and find out what's happening in and around the world.
I'm hungry now, eh?
Yeah. Chicken wings.
It's 3 minutes past the hour. Let's take a look at those news headlines. On the national news front, the coronavirus vaccine that University of Oxford is developing with AstraZeneca in collaboration with Wits University has shown promising results in early human testing. AstraZeneca has said it may begin delivering doses to the UK as early as September. The vaccine increased levels of both protective neutralizing antibodies and immune T cells that target the virus. The results were published yesterday in the Lancet Medical Journal. Results from testing in animals had already shown the Oxford AstraZeneca shot provoked an immune response, and final stage testing has already begun. Now, restaurant owners are planning to take part in at least 2 protests this week to highlight their plight under the COVID-19 regulations, and the Tourism Business Council of South Africa is looking at a legal strategy to find a solution. Chairperson of the Tourism Council, Blackie Komani, said they have exhausted all engagements with government. Vinpro, which represents the wine industry, said it was already estimated that the SA wine industry, which employs some 300,000 people, would lose close to 18,000 jobs, and that nearly 80 wineries would have to close. Taking a look at international news this morning, global real estate investment fell by 33% in the first half of the year as the coronavirus pandemic battered economies. One of the world's leading property agents, Savills in London, said the Asia-Pacific region took the biggest hit, with volumes down 45%. Investment dropped by 36% in the Americas and 19% in Europe, the Middle East and Africa. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has forecast that global gross domestic product will shrink 4.9% this year, and the cumulative loss for the world economy this and next year is expected to reach $12.5 trillion. In other news, a Gambian policewoman has been promoted after showing exceptional diligence and dedication by continuing to direct traffic in very heavy rain, Gambia's Police magazine reports. In a picture that emerged at the weekend, Corporal Kadi Jarju can be seen doing her duties, having waded through a huge puddle without boots and with her trousers rolled up to her knees. Now, she continued to give signals to vehicles with unwavering passion, the Police magazine said. Her efforts have now been recognized by her chief, and she has been promoted to sergeant. And now news of how Lady Luck smiled on little Admiral Paul. Now, all is well with the wee penguin named Admiral Paul, rescued at Margate Beach amidst all the excitement during the recent extremely abundant annual sardine run along the KZN coastline that described as the best in 20 years. Now, soon after being saved, the little Admiral was transported to Ushaka SeaWorld in Durban. Fortunately, he had no visible injuries and his x-rays were clear. Now, Kelly de Klerk, Ushaka's senior animal behaviorist, says he was somewhat underweight, but is now already able to stand up on his own. Kelly added that they are able to feed him small sardines, which he's greedily accepting, and she believes he will soon be strong enough to fly back to Port Elizabeth into the care of Sankop staff, who will prepare him for release. African penguins, also known as jackass penguins, are endemic to southern Africa and cannot call anywhere else home. Now, since the turn of the previous century, the world has lost 99% of its African penguin population. And finally, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, two members of the much-loved cast of the sitcom Friends are using their platforms to spread awareness about the dangerous effects of the coronavirus, as well as encouraging others to wear their masks. Jennifer Aniston shared a heartbreaking look at her friend Kevin lying in hospital battling COVID-19, explaining that the picture had been taken in early April and that he has now almost recovered after being close to death. She implored everyone to wear a mask and shared another picture of her and Courtney Cox wearing matching tie-dye masks. Over on her Instagram, Courtney shared an adorable video of puppies playing with masks, including messaging that also encourages people to wear their masks. The two actresses have been practicing social distancing and doing their utmost to stay safe throughout the pandemic. Well, on that note, hoping that you are wearing your mask wherever you're going. But that's it for the news at 6 o'clock. We'll have another report at 7 right now. Here's a first look at the sporting headlines.
Thanks so much, Catch. Well, amidst another host of cancellations or postponements, we do get a few results coming in. Let's kick it off with cricket. England's Ben Stokes and Stuart Broad delivered inspiring performances to help their team level the Test series 1-1 against the West Indies at the Emirates Old Trafford in Manchester. Stokes reaching 78, not out from only 57 deliveries, and Broad picking up 3 crucial wickets to help England to a 113-run victory over the Windies. The third and final Test will take place on Friday. That kicks off at midday South African time. Then, staying with cricket news, the International Cricket Council has announced that the Men's T20 World Cup, scheduled to take place this year, has now been postponed to 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic. Australia will still host the tournament, but it will now run from October to November next year. The Over 50 World Cup in India has also been pushed back by a year and will now take place in 2023. And on to football. The prestigious Ballon d'Or awards that have been awarded since 1956 will not take place this year because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Organisers confirmed that the world's best football players will not be awarded because of a lack of sufficient fair conditions created by the coronavirus. Barcelona striker Lionel Messi, of course, won the men's award last year. The USA's Megan Rapinoe, she walked away with the women's trophy. And staying with football news, results coming in after last night. in the Premier League. It continued with lots of action. Everton recording a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Brighton getting a much-needed point against Newcastle United, playing out to a goalless draw rather. And then Wolves beating Crystal Palace 2-0 at the Molyneux Stadium to leapfrog Spurs. So now it's all about the drop zone. There'll be 2 Premier League fixtures this evening as Watford look to edge themselves out of that danger zone, and Manchester as they take on Manchester City, that game at 7. Then Aston Villa wanting to keep their noses out in front of Bournemouth. They welcome Arsenal to Villa Park at 9:15 tonight. We'll continue to touch on these headlines as we progress. Right now, let's get your first take on the morning weather.
Good morning to you, early risers. It's that time of the day when the day casts away the cloak of night, and we are saying goodbye to yesterday with the sunset exuding rich golden rays taken in Monty Point on an evening walk by Andrew Ngaba, also known as Drew, yesterday. A sunny and humid day eKapa namhlanje at a low of 11 degrees and a high of 18. Fadil Shabuddin woke up extremely early to go fishing and captured this young sunrise in Port Elizabeth. Ibai starts at 10 degrees this morning and will reach an afternoon high of 23 degrees. Thank you so much, Drew and Fadil, for your pictures. I hope that you have a great Tuesday. Residents of drought-stricken Namakwaland in the Northern Cape say they are grateful for the recent rains that have caused a number of rivers that have been dry for years to flow again. Parts of the province measured up to 100 millimeters of rain after 4 cold fronts were experienced in 1 month. Farmers say although they are very excited about the rain, it is still not enough at all to break the 7-year drought. In the Western Cape, despite sunny, almost summery weather over the past few days, dam storage levels in the province are up another 4.5% since last week. Along with last week's increase of 9.2%, this puts the dam levels at 77.2% capacity. The largest dam, the Waterskloof, currently stands at 73%. At the same time in 2017, when the water scarcity crisis was at its peak, dams were at an average of 27%. We're moving in the right direction as long as we're also doing our part in making sure that we use the natural resources sustainably moving forward. But right now, let's get into the temperatures for the day. It is going to be a mild and cool day across the country. However, the South African Weather Service has issued a fire warning in parts of the Northern Cape. Epolokwane, 322 are your temperatures for the day. Bombela, we are expecting a maximum of 25 degrees, but starts off at 7 degrees this morning. Pretoria, it's a partly cloudy day, 322. Johannesburg, your temperatures range from 1 reaching a high of 19. Mahikeng, your morning temperature is 3 degrees, reaching a maximum of 23 degrees. A partly cloudy day, Klerksdorp at a low of 0, reaching a high of 22. A sunny one in the Big Hole, Kimberley, 1 is your low, reaching a high of 22. And Bloemfontein starts off the day at -1, reaching a high of 22. It's also a very beautiful and sunny day in Richards Bay at a maximum of 23 and starts off the day at 13 degrees. Pietermaritzburg, 6 is your low, reaching a high of 25. South Africa's Playground, Durban, 10 to 23. Moving down to the Eastern Cape, Kalimtata at a low of 4, reaching a high of 26. East London is 0.24. And Port Elizabeth, the friendly city, 7.26. George, a maximum of 26 and a low of 8 degrees. We can see so far that it's going to be a pretty warm day across the country. Namhlanje, Cape Town, 12.21 are your temperatures, completely humid. Also Namhlanje, Worcester, 7.24. Sutherland, 2.22, and a sunny day in Uppington as well at a maximum of 25 with a minimum of 7 degrees. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Thank you very much, Sis Kuhle. Yes, whatever the weather, no matter where you find yourself in the country, be sure to make it a feel-good type of day. You're already off to a good start because you're starting with your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. Now, throughout this morning, we're going to be discussing how to master your look. It's a big conversation we're having on this show when it comes to grooming. And, of course, we're asking those burning questions with regards to skincare. Very, very important. And we do know that good skin, of course, starts from the inside out and can give you the confidence to boost you and the boost that you need to put your best foot forward in the world, right?
Absolutely. That's why we're sharing the following words from beauty therapist and blogger Joanna Alston, who says, your skin has a memory. In 10, 20, 30 years from now, your skin will show the results of how it was treated today. So treat it kindly and with respect. I love that.
Wow.
Your skin really does tell you about like how good you take care of it.
Yeah.
And again, in 10, 20, 30 years time, when you get those wrinkles and those fine lines, and then it's all going to show like how you treated your skin.
It's a whole science. It's a whole science of the body. So you want to make sure that you catch all of that. But of course, we invite you to connect with us on our social media, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, hashtag Expresso Show, with all of those burning questions. We'll see you after this.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
Feel it. It is here. Get that jiggle, get that shimmy on. Yes. Welcome back, everybody, to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You can feel it. It's that time of the day where we wish you, our viewers, a very happy birthday. And if it is your birthday today, you share it with the pretty Diane Guerrero, who turns 34 years old today. Now, most of us know Diane from her role on the popular series Orange is the New Black. Diane is also an advocate for immigration reform, which led to her writing a memoir titled In the Country We Love, My Family Divided. She's beautiful, and she currently stars in the action drama series Doom Patrol. And you know what? We wish her the happiest of birthdays, you gorgeous, beautiful human.
I'm trying to remember which character she plays in Orange is the New Black, with the parts that I have watched. Do you know?
No, I don't.
But maybe the makeup and wardrobe is just so good that you can't even recognize her.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Happy birthday to Miss Guerrero. Now, also a happy 9th birthday to our beloved daughter, Sarah. Always smiling, full of pranks, high in spirit and beautiful inside out. We couldn't ask for a better daughter. May you always be blessed by the most gracious Almighty God. Lots of love from your mum and dad. Happy birthday to you, Sarah.
Absolutely. And then the next one reads, happy 8th birthday to our big man, Johan Miles. We love and appreciate the joy you bring into our lives, and may God shower you with blessings and grace on your special day. This comes love from your mommy and daddy. They love you lots.
We wish our beautiful mommy, Melanie Brown, a very happy 31st birthday. Thank you for everything that you do for us. We love you, mommy. And this is from your sons, Elijah and Ezra.
Actually, not Melanie. We grew
Really?
up together. Yeah, we grew up together.
Oh,
Funny.
wow.
And the next one reads, to Grandma Mahabir, wishing my granny a very happy 85th birthday. Wow, that's a big one. I pray that God blesses you with all the happiness in the universe. You are a remarkable and precious to all of us. Your kindness, love, and wisdom are the things I wish to inherit from you. Thank you for everything you have done for us. Lots of love from Ash, Jolene, Dashin, Kiara, and the rest of the family.
Then a message for Nikki that says you deserve all the happiness in the world because you are such an amazing person, and most of all, the greatest friend we could ever ask for. Here's wishing you a very happy birthday. Lots of love from your buddies.
Yay! Your buddies loves you. And then another one coming through for Zizipo. One birthday will not make you old. Even a dozen will not make you old. Maybe you should have stopped counting there, though. Happy 26th birthday again, Zizipo. From all your friends, love you lots.
Beautiful. Now, of course, if you'd like to wish your loved ones a very happy birthday, you can send your birthday videos to 071-640-6551 or email your birthday wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv. And of course, don't be shy to give us a little razzle-dazzle of happy birthday to you. You want all of it. Serve it up.
Absolutely.
Yep, I reckon any birthday worth having is worth taking an entire week to celebrate.
Oh, yes.
I think why the Crazy Store are doing just that. They are celebrating now their 23rd birthday. They've come of age, and they'll be doing it every Friday on Expresso for the next 5 weeks from now until Friday the 21st of August. And that means epic Crazy Store giveaways. Crazy store giveaways. They are a little bit crazy. Of course, for you guys at home, where you could stand a chance of winning one of 5 amazing Crazy Store prize hampers. We've given these hampers away before, and they are massive.
Come on.
They are huge. They are worthy of an applause.
Yes, come on. Yeah, come on. Well, this morning we're going to be asking you the question, or we are rather asking you right now. We are asking you to go and comment on our Facebook post with what is the craziest gift you've ever bought at the Crazy Store, and many crazy gift ideas to get from there. But of course, share yours on Facebook, on our Facebook post. We could be calling you on Friday to pop a birthday balloon and win amazing prizes with us here on the show. Of course, you too can also be a winner every day with discounts up to 50% off in all Crazy Stores nationwide for their 23rd birthday bash. It's a party, it's a celebration, and this competition will end on the 21st of August. That's on Friday. So get entering now. T's and C's can be found on our website, expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Whoever you are, whatever you need, you'll find great value for the whole family at the Crazy Store. So duck into a store near you and be surprised.
Chef Clem, I feel like I haven't seen you in years, because even though we were here in the same studio yesterday, because of strict social distancing rules, we weren't mingling. So how are you doing?
I'm good. You're actually right. We haven't spoken.
No.
We haven't caught up.
I don't know how your life is going.
I know. I've got 3
Everything
kids
is
now.
fine. Huh?
No, I'm joking.
Okay, before we get into all the details, okay, of Chef Clem's life and also getting to cooking, Woolies, along with the Gift of the Givers, teamed up with the aim of distributing 1 million food care packages to families who are in need. Now, each bag is filled with a balance of protein, fresh fruit, vegetables, and other staples, as well as hygiene products to help curb the spread of COVID-19. We are so close to reaching that 1 million meal goal with only 280,000 meals to go. What?
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
What? 280,000 meals to go from as little as 10 rand. It can provide one person with 3 meals for a day. If you'd like to join us in our fight against hunger, just please scan the QR code on our screen right now with the SnapScan app or your banking app and donate today. Any donations will make a big difference to someone's life. And remember to encourage your family, your neighbors, colleagues, and chat groups to do the same. But right now, though, who is keen for a coffee break? I am. Well, Chef Clem's coffee and date loaf is rich, moist, and full of flavor. There are words that I've never seen there before, Chef Clem. I'm seeing Italian majuju. Don. dates and don. What are these ingredients here?
Have you never had a date?
No, I've had dates.
Hi, Shame. Please go to Cookie's profile.
No,
If you're
I've had
young
dates.
And you're single and you're eligible bachelor, please give Cookie a call. She's looking for a date. She's actually a very easy person to get along with. I can vouch for that. She's a great person, great personality, and yeah. So she's yeah.
I'm not looking.
Okay, so we can Cookie.
Chef Clem,
I'm gonna
the
give you
only
the
thing
whole.
I'm looking for.
I'm gonna give you the whole pack of dates, and then you can just have that. While we're on the dates, let's talk about the dates. Dates are really amazing. They're Mother Nature's little caramels. They're beautiful. It almost doesn't taste like a fruit, to be honest with you. They are just so intensely caramel flavored. They are amazing. So the one thing you do want to do, you got your
I got.
first dates, Google edition. Okay. So what you want to do, inside there's a pip, right? And the best quality dates always come with the pip inside. You can get them pre-chopped, but I like the fact when you buy them whole, just remember to take the pip out. This will like just break teeth, break food processors.
That hard.
It's hard, right? But once you take the stone out, you're left with pure, delicious Mother Nature's caramel goodness. So what I've done with
it's so sweet.
it is. That's why I find like working with dates so like almost religious. Like most religions when they fast, they break their fast with dates at the end of the day, and I find that so amazing. And they've been doing that since Jesus' days back in the day. So I love it. I love working with dates.
Jesus days back in the day.
You know.
As if you remember, I was there, Kushep. Let me take you back.
What?
To those days.
To those good old...
He's ancient, haha. But you're not singing Takalani Sesame to me.
It's still early South Africa. It's not even 6:30 yet. Just wait for it. Okay, I've got some butter in here, and I've softened the butter, given a good mix. I'm adding some sugar to that. And I'm going to cream the butter and sugar together. So basically, you're going to bring it together. It's going to go light, pale, and fluffy. And once it all comes together and the color starts to change, it takes about 5 minutes.
Okay.
You're going to go in with your first egg. So we're kind of going to we're going to move it forward. But this is really a very simple loaf to make. And I made it into a loaf instead of doing muffins or like into, well, originally it was a cake. I changed it because I like the idea of a loaf in the morning. It's like almost you have a cup of coffee, a slice of a slice, and tomorrow, if it's a little too like dry, you toast it. And then it's just like something like new. It's amazing. With like butter.
Butter on anything.
Oh, you know?
On anything warm, you know?
Oh, and it melts in, absolutely. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna add your egg to it, mix it through. Then very simple, we're gonna add flour. Oh, wrong flour. This flour.
Okay, what's the difference between this flour and that flour?
That's gonna be for, I tried to create different textures. So what I did was I created a crumble to go on top of the cake. That's that like caramelly brown part on the top of the cake that you see. And the reason for that is I want the soft, beautiful, fluffy bread with the crunchy crust on the top. Oh. It's all about mixing flavors. So I just wanna get this going a little bit. So right now at Woolies, the reason we're talking coffee is because they understand that we've changed our times. We're going back to 6 o'clock in the morning. So they're like, we're gonna help you guys out with a little bit of coffee. So right now at Woolies on promotion, any 2 coffees or hot chocolate, you get 30% off.
Oh, if you get 2 of them, you get 30%
exactly.
off on the final.
So what I would do is I'd get a coffee and I'd get a hot chocolate. Earlier we asked what if people been snacking on a lot during this winter lockdown season.
What have you been snacking on?
A lot of their hot chocolates, a lot of them. We've had the decadent hot chocolates here, the milk and the white chocolate. I found and fell in love with the instant red velvet lattes.
I remember you brought some with you to studio, and it is so delicious and rich in flavor.
Yeah.
I loved it.
I even hid some in afternoon Expresso's kitchen for Pali. Legit. And she was like, what?
What are you doing?
These are amazing. They are really good. Okay, so the date's going in, pecans going in. You can toast these pecans before if you want, but it's gonna like toast up nicely in the oven, so I don't really worry about that.
I was about to say, it sounds a little bit redundant if you're gonna toast it before and also bake it.
Absolutely. So just give it a rough chop, because I want to keep it nice and chunky. I still want to have the flavors in there. I want to know I'm eating pecan nuts. Sometimes when it's too small, you're like, what is that? You know what I mean?
What's that taste?
You know? So, okay, cool. Give it a good mix through. Let me just put the bowl here because I can feel Nicole watching me from a distance, and she's like, the man can see the thing missing, but he won't do anything about it. So let's just do this like, you pour your batter into your loaf tin.
Well, listen, if you would like to get your hands on this amazing recipe, so fun to make as well in the kitchen, make sure to head on over to our website, expressoshow.com.
Okay, so I got brown sugar and butter in here for the crumble.
Okay.
I love crumbles. You normally do like peach crumbles, strawberry crumbles. Before the food starts going off, you make a big crumble. You sprinkle this over the top and it's so delicious. It's so amazing.
Oh, so this is just for the top part?
This is optional, but I'm telling you, it changes it like you have no idea. So what you do is take your fingertips. It's a great one for the kids. Get them to come into the kitchen, use their fingertips, and just rub the flour into the sugar, into the butter. And once it looks like chunky breadcrumbs, you're gonna scatter it over the top. And as that bakes, the butter like seeps into the bread, the loaf even more. The flour and the sugar and the top of the butter goes crispy, crunchy. It's so delicious.
And also just the moist from the butter as well. I can imagine what, the smell that comes from the oven as soon as you open it. Is that the reason why there are two different colors on the...
That's exactly why. And it's all about the texture, all about the crunch. Coffee and like something crunchy, like you have coffee with a biscuit in the morning. That's your coffee, that's your loaf, that's your biscuit, that's everything. It's so delicious, it's so easy. I'm telling you, this is how you start your morning. That and a cup of coffee, and you're good to go.
I'm going to be making myself this hot chocolate. It looks so fancy so that I can start speaking like y'all, eh? Chef Ken, thank you so much for teaching us how to make this awesome loaf here. It was welcome, It was not too difficult.
No, it's not.
Extremely fun to make. Also very easily accessible on our website. Just visit expressoshow.com right now to get your hands on this awesome recipe.
How dare you call me old? How dare you?
I love you. It's all love.
Missed you, friend. Missed you.
I missed you so much.
Go look at a profile. Because I want to date.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It is Expresso. We're live on SABC3. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Now, someone once said, a very wise person said, life is short. You may as well live it with really great hair. Yes, they did say that, and I couldn't agree more. Your hair is one of the very first things a person will notice about you, whether you do have hair or not. And that's why it's very important, if you do have hair, to always have and maintain a neat and tidy look. Of course, this morning we chat to our very own Katlego Mabue, the Cat Factor, and his trusted barber, Jason Benjamin, on how they work together to master Cat's look and share some expert tips on how we can master our own. Cat, good morning.
It is a team effort.
It's a team effort, Jason. It is a team effort, right? Yeah, good morning. But Katlego, I know that you've been going to Jason for this collaboration to get your hair good for many, many years. Tell us about this relationship.
Well, I mean, I first found Jay, because I'm always constantly on the move, so the need for me to find somebody whom I could trust, firstly, with their capabilities as a barber, barber, and then be able to trust them to, let's say, come to my house or wherever it may be, like wherever I may be working.
Yeah. So is that a picture of you? You out at home and Jason rocks up and he comes in?
I was actually on set about to shoot a commercial, and Jay had to make his way like all the way to the other side of the mountain to come and help me out and that was the other thing as well. At a moment's notice, when I need Jay, he's there. I literally give him a call. I say 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. He's like, cool. Which is absolutely amazing and gracious of him. And then over and above that, he's just a brilliant barber. And obviously you work on a relationship over time, him understanding my look and what I want, and him obviously infusing his personality and his advice on what he thinks will work best for me. And over the years, that I think has resulted in what we have right now, where he's my go-to person.
This is incredible. People always talk about their relationship with their barber, and you'll often see on social media people talking about not wanting to cheat on their barber. But I mean, I feel like someone like Jason is definitely not the type of barber you cheat on if this is someone who travels across mountains and areas of the province. I mean, this is insane. Jason, you're a magician, clearly, in Kat's life. But let's talk about his haircut. And I've seen many, many times he's rocked such stunning haircuts, and he's able to transition these haircuts and change them up in the most beautiful way when he's on stage, on screen, on a TV commercial. But you switch it up and still keep a nice signature for him. What's the style that you sort of approach for Kat?
Well, first I'd like to say, if you get a reliable barber, stick with that person so you can get a consistent, sharp haircut, you understand? So with Katlego, he's worn this haircut for like, I think,
it's been a lifetime.
Yeah,
it's been a while. Yeah. It feels like a lifetime.
So every time I go to him, I'd know what to cut him, you understand?
Yeah, and you travel to wherever he is, because, you know, he simply cannot do without you, it seems.
Yeah.
If I could have Jason in my pocket the whole time, I certainly would. I just arrive on set every single morning, just sharpen up, just keep it, you know.
Kat, what are some of the best beard styles, you know, for different shaped faces? Maybe not beard styles per se necessarily.
I think Jason is more adept at answering that kind of question.
Jason will tell us about that.
I carry a little bit of beard, which recently has found a bit of personality and has been growing a little bit.
It's richer.
And in fact, when we were, that picture you saw of us on set is the first time when I was like, actually, because usually I just say, just take it all off.
Yes.
And I was like, actually, no, shape it up a little bit. I want to have a little bit of emphasis here on my little goatee that's finding, like I said, it's finding a personality.
And it's coming through.
You know what I mean? And he shaped it quite nicely, and since then I've just been going with this.
What are some of, I suppose, the beard styles that you sort of work with when it comes to someone like your Kat, I guess, who doesn't grow a full beard? What sort of trimmings do you do?
I'd say, like, if you want to keep it boxed, like with Kat's face, keep it like his face is round, so you'd want to keep it boxed, you know? And then with you, I'd say you'd want to keep it clean on the side and just focus on the jawline, and that's what we call a goatee.
Oh, I mean, this is a man who knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
This is a man. Kat, why is mastering your look so important, and what does mastering your look mean to you?
I mean, it's very important. No matter what industry you find yourself in, Tabzi, you know more than most how important it is to represent yourself well, and those first impressions that you make and how important they can be, whether it be closing that deal or making that first impression that lasts a long time, that will serve you best in years to come. So you always want to be maintaining a mastered look, your own personal look. And for me, it revolves around three things. And one is your skin. You need to really take care of your skin. We've spoken about that earlier on when we talked about our quote of the day, about how your skin later on in life will show how you treated it. So other than the obvious, which is drinking water, staying hydrated, I think it's very important that you do invest in products that serve the longevity of your skin. So that, you know, 10, 20 years down the line, you can look at yourself and be like, wow, I still look and feel my age in terms of my skin. So that's very, very important. When it comes to your hair, I think it's very important that you don't just let it lie there. It's an extension of your personality. So just do something with it that really reflects yourself inside. And then I think third, in terms of mastering your look, it's very important that you learn to be comfortable with setting your own trends. Do things that make you uniquely you. Like, for instance, when we started doing this with Gunther,
those photos, Expresso
people
photos.
feel like, oh, what are you doing? Like, it's silly. But then it after a while started becoming a bit of a signature for me. Do you know what I mean? So, and that's how people like, I think, you know, Rich Mnisi becomes who he is, because he's confident enough to set his own own trends, knowing that there will be a community that'll vibe with him about that kind of trend.
Yeah.
So be confident enough to do that.
And these are all the different pieces that come together to build your brand that help you master your look. Jason, did you write this quote? Life is short. You may as well live it with really great hair. Did you write that? It sounds like something you might have said. No?
No, I don't know what to say.
Well, maybe not.
But thanks so much, Jason, for joining us. Kat, thank you very much for, of course, sharing all of those tips with us. But for you at home, another week has passed, and we have a second lucky viewer who has won a 5,000 Rand shopping voucher to master their look. Compliments of Big Flex. Now, a big congratulations to Mutwa Asherton Luke, who said, I master my look by wearing trends and mix it with my style. I like to keep it clean and simple. Nice. We hope you enjoy every minute of your shopping spree, my boy. And of course, if you didn't win this week's voucher, don't fret, because Big Flex are giving another lucky viewer a chance to win 5,000 Rand shopping voucher this week. Reply to the competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter pages and tell us, from your hair to your skin, what's your grooming secret to hashtag master your look. And this week's competition closes at 12 p.m. on Friday, the 24th of July. You don't have that much time, so be sure to get your entries in. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
The problem is that...
Master your look with Big Flex.
We're in my favorite place, the beauty room, because you know what? This place, when I knocks ne, you get all the tips and tricks that you need to elevate your style. But because it's winter season, we have been, Okanye Unox rather, has been working hard to give us all that we need to ensure that we kind of get our skin glowing and intact and popping and shining and doesn't break, doesn't dry, all of those lacquer things. Our fashion and beauty editor, Unox Mafo, joins us this morning to give us more tips and tricks on how to get our skin glowing. Nox and Jani.
I'm good, sis. It's so good to have you back. Looking fabulous.
I'm coming here and you're coming through with new hair. You know what the thing is about these skincare routines is that it can either be the best thing. For me, it falls part of being one of the best things that I do because it goes hand in hand with self-care.
100%.
But for a lot of people, it can be the most difficult because it's very difficult to identify, the problems with their skin sac. So how do you go about your skincare routine?
So, I mean, obviously, Kuhle, like you beautifully said, that, skincare is difficult for most people. You need to learn what works for you. You need to find, the products and the order that works. So for me, what I like to do is I like to use a cleanser in the morning. So obviously I use a gel cleanser because my skin responds to that. But I find that most people actually in winter prefer a cream cleanser. And that's because it doesn't take away too much of the natural oils that your skin gives. And of course, we need that extra protection during winter.
Yes.
But of course, there are some people with more oilier skin who might find that actually that doesn't work for them. And then a toner. So I tend to use this amazing purifying toner. All you need to do on a clean face, just dab it with cotton wool. And then you put it on your skin. Now what this does is that obviously it's got your vitamin A with retinol, which is great for the skin. We've got vitamin B3 over here, which obviously boosts the natural kind of plumpness of the skin. And this also prepares the skin to now take on the new vitamins that we need. And so of course then after I've got my toner, I move on to a beautiful kind of skincare. Obviously sun protection is very important.
100% SPF is necessary in each product.
Exactly. And even in winter, a lot of people tend to think they can relax because they can't really see the sun, but it's important to make sure you do that. So you could try something like the anti-aging day cream with SPF 20. I'm all about anti-aging products.
Girl,
preventative.
Why?
Preventative, but also there's nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? It's pro-aging, and I think we need to look at that skin doing different things in a positive light.
Yeah.
And all we need to do is just help the skin. So we've got this amazing SPF 20, which is a beautiful anti-aging cream. But these are great just to add that extra bounce. And I just love this anti-aging eye cream.
The eye cream is a vital, part of a skincare routine.
And people tend to overlook this. But if you just put it a little bit here, your eyes get very tired. We're staring at our screens a lot more. So it's always great to just have something that will take care of these parts. But I want to know how you take care of your skin, because I want to see how you're working with your skin.
Very quickly, what I do is I use, because I have really oily skin when I knock. So I use funny enough, I also just use an oily cleanser face wash. It's very foamy as well, which I truly enjoy. So it feels like my skin is refreshed and plumpy. And then after that, I put like a serum, not a
okay,
toner.
so maybe for me, I would actually maybe try this. It's a mattifying day and lotion cream, especially for someone who's got oily skin like you're mentioning. So I would love it for you to add this on. So you carry on as you're doing, use your cleanser, but then of course, because you've got more oil buildup already, it might be nice to just mattify the skin a bit. You've on camera every day. So this might be a great addition to add to your routine, and I think your skin will thank you.
Oil control, mattifying day and night lotion.
Exactly.
This is my next buy. Let us know what your next buy is on our social media platforms. But now that we have the lowdown on your skincare routine, we have something extra for you. We are inviting W Beauty Technical Manager Laura Naidu to give us the insider on all the juicy skincare products. Post your skincare questions on our Facebook page with the hashtag Expresso Show, and we will answer your questions on the show on Thursday. Whatever you are going through, if you want to know anything about the products themselves from W Beauty, do not hold back. We've got you covered.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Now, with lockdown regulations easing and not many of us rushing back to the gym anytime soon, we thought we'd bring in the big guns to make sure you're staying fit and burning extra calories while in the comfort of your very own home.
Absolutely. Now, Johannesburg-based celebrity personal trainer and body transformation specialist Phelo Mfini, aka Mfini Fit, is joining us this morning to help get rid of those lockdown weight and break a sweat. Welcome to the studio and welcome to the show, Phelo Mfini Fit.
Good morning, guys. Morning. Thanks a lot for having me.
Oh, it's so good having you here, Phelo. Now, let me start off by saying congratulations, brother, on that feature on the cover of the Men's Health. I know it is quite a tough one to get onto, and you on that July edition. What does it feel like, man? I know when I went through that phase, it was hard work. What was it like for you, bro?
It was truly amazing. It was a dream come true. And the craziest thing was 4 weeks prior to actually getting the call for the cover, I actually wrote on Twitter that I think I need a cover before the end of 2020, and 4 weeks later, I got that email and I was so excited, and I took it with both hands.
Well,
it's all about
spoken word.
I was just going to say that it's all about manifesting your dreams, but you've also been encouraging all your followers and your clients to stay active during this time. I remember going live with you once for a free Instagram session. I died. You call it the dungeon. I mean, why was it so important for you to encourage everyone to stay fit and to stay healthy and just keep moving at home?
During this pandemic time, it's very important because this is something we're not used to, and you're at home, you cover your own home, you do a lot of binge eating, you don't do a lot of exercising, you're always just sitting, thinking about your problems, going through the anxiety, going through the stress. So what I decided to do is that I must try and help the people in a way that's going to benefit them in what I know I can do best. So I decided to host weekly live workouts every day at 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, free of charge. All you need is your body and data, and I knew that it would actually help the people to just get into a routine, because if you don't have a routine, it becomes really hard for you. And when you have a routine and you know at 5 p.m. every single day you are working out, you know when you're going to wake up, you know what you're going to do throughout the whole day. And it's been a pleasure working with everybody on the live workout. We've been at it for 11 weeks now. We're going to our 12th week, and it's still amazing till this day.
Oh man, 11, 12 weeks in the business. And I think personally, these online workout sessions are so interesting because it's giving everybody around the world an opportunity to see incredible trainers like yourself. And I just think that's brilliant, because before this wasn't even an option. But how has the response been for these online workouts? Have people been loving it? Has it been growing?
Oh, it's been amazing, truly amazing. We've even been able to reach people from Germany, from the UK. I've collabed with some international rugby players from the USA. So it's grown really a lot. And even locally, I've been able to work with some big names locally, Max Ponyana, Skaran Tumeni, DJ Milkshake. So locally, and I think a lot of people have actually adapted to it and they loved it. No matter how hard it is and challenging it is, but people have really loved it, and it's grown my brand, and I've also been able to reach way more people throughout this time.
I love the fact that I get to introduce the two of you, because I always speak about Ryle to you and I speak about you to Ryle. But today you're going to be taking us through your workouts. You're going to take us to the dungeon. You'll be bringing out the big guns. I don't know if you are ready.
I'm scared from what you've been saying. I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready here.
Okay, so we are already sorted. We're going to move on over to our dungeon, and you're going to take us through a workout. Are you ready?
I'm always ready, always.
Well, you heard the man. All you need is your body, and you need a space in your house, and we're going to work out with Pillow Infinifit right now, so don't go anywhere.
The men are clean cut, they smell good, they look good, and they are ready to play a round of 5 seconds. Today, it's the man versus the barber, as Kat takes on his barber, Jason Benjamin. Kat, listen, I'm not sure if you really want to win against your barber.
Oh, that's true. Now that you mentioned it, actually,
Just giving you, a warning here and there. Now, Jason, the rules are pretty simple. I'm going to be asking you a series of questions, and you only have 5 seconds to answer each question.
Okay.
And the person who has answered the most questions at the end of the game wins a box of Oma Rusks over there.
There's actually a bit of healthy competition between Jason and I, because he's a Chelsea fan.
Okay.
I'm an Arsenal fan. Both our teams are playing in the FA Cup final in August. So this is a bit of a precursor.
Quite
If you will. Precursor. This is a prediction of who's going to win the FA Cup.
Wow, okay.
So you know how this game works,
It
right?
just got real right now, okay? So let's get into it. I'm going to start with you, Benjamin, because you are our visitor today. Name 3 types of beards.
Goatee, moustache, jawline.
Beard.
You caught me off guard there.
I'm sorry you don't get that one, Benjamin.
that-
Almost, though.
These are all hair and grooming related questions.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Kat, name 3 hairstyles for men.
German cut, escal, and mohawk.
Congratulations, right on time. Congratulations, Kat. Benjamin, I'm going to give you a second to breathe.
Okay, got it.
Name 3 things you can shave.
3 things I can shave.
Yeah.
Your
3.
face, your arms, your armpits.
Jay was panicking there. You can shave.
Your arms, your arm. Almost, Jason. But I'm gonna need you to be on your A game, because Kat is currently killing it. Kat, name 3 ways to get rid of hair.
Wax it, shave it, burn it.
Whose hair are you burning? Is that what you do, Jason, in your barbershop? What's going on?
Haven't you seen there are people that have those treatments where they put some like semi-flammable liquid on you, and then they just quickly on fire, and then pop, 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 pop.
You're actually right. I've seen a video and I hear Jamie in the background saying yes. Benjamin, back to you. Name 3 celebs with great hair.
Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, and Katlego.
The
His
first two were just
point.
like his favorite footballers. Steven Gerrard does not have great hair. That's shocking, dude. I'm very disappointed.
Does he
in
have
you.
a weird hairline thing going on?
Steven Gerrard looks like he just walked out of his grandma's kitchen. That's shocking. Who says that?
Okay, Kat, name 3 celebs with no hair.
Oh, what's his name? Durr! I forget. Steve Harvey. Oh, man.
You do not get that point. I am so sorry. You're still in the game, okay, Benjamin? So I'm going to need you to get this one. This is the last round, actually. Name 3 grooming tips all men should try.
3 grooming tips. Again, you caught me off guard.
Jason, repeating the question doesn't count as an answer.
No.
And also, you're not delaying the time. The time is going.
The
as
time
you
is
are
going.
repeating
Okay,
those
grooming
questions.
tips.
You're done, bro.
Okay.
Wait, I've got 5 seconds is good.
Okay, this is the final question to Kat. Kat, name 3 grooming essentials you can't live without.
A razor, a shaver, shaving gel. Yes, those are 3. I got
A
those.
razor, a shaver, and a shaving gel.
Yes.
Okay. Wait, what's a razor and a
Excusez-moi, s'il
shaver?
vous plaît. I get a razor you use with your shaving gel. But a shaver is when you are running around. Hey, I've got a meeting. I've got a zzz, a zzz, a zzz. I don't have time here for the gel and the water and everything. It's dry shave. It is essential. A shaver, a razor, and a shaving gel. Come on, guys. Work with me here. This time is...
Okay, Katlego Mabue, we are still going to think about that one. Let me see who wins, okay? Let me find out from my producer. I wonder who wins. It is none other than Katlego Mabue, everybody. Congratulations to you, Katlego Mabue, for winning the 5
Arsenal lifting the FA
seconds.
Cup.
But you know what, Jason? It doesn't end here for you. I'm pretty sure that next time he goes for an appointment, he's going to share the rusts with you, okay?
Yeah,
Don't you worry.
definitely should.
Don't you worry. Now, if you want in on the Oma Rust, then you can have a chance to win big on our 24-hour dipping challenge. This week, we want you to send us a photo of you dipping an Oma after a long day at work. You can post your photo on the Expresso Facebook page or Twitter page with the hashtag anytime is dipping time. And this week, you are playing for a really cool coffee plunger and Oma Rust hamper worth 500 Rand. The competition closes on Thursday at 11 a.m., so don't waste any more time. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. Get on entering.
Our favorite Oma Rusks just got a whole lot more yum yum with the all-new peanut butter flavor. Anytime is dipping time. Imagine a land where the sun shines all year over unspoilt landscapes. Open spaces and pure air revitalizing body and soul. Imagine crystal clear water teeming with marine life. Imagine wild beasts roaming the bush with pride. Imagine friendly people filled with the spirit of Ubuntu welcoming you to explore this magical land, the birth and resting place of Madiba. Wamkelekile in the Eastern Cape, a province that is yours to explore.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso as we almost see out the first hour of the show. It's been eventful, and of course we've been enjoying getting into those lockdown cravings, and there's a reason, guys. We're actually going to delve a little deeper, get into the psychological background of why we crave things so much, just to empathize, help you feel a little bit better about feeling so hungry right now.
And if you are craving and you maybe want to burn those calories, then Pelo is taking us to an epic workout, because we all need to shred those extra calories. But right now, let's get on with the order of the day and find out what's happening in and around the world with Kat.
Well, just before 7 o'clock, let's take a look at those news headlines. On the national news front, the Minister in the Presidency, Jackson Mthembu, yesterday confirmed that Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe had been hospitalized. Mantashe was admitted to hospital on the advice of his family doctor for better medical attention and monitoring, while Mrs. Mantashe will continue to self-quarantine at home. Now, this almost a week after Mantashe tested positive for COVID-19. Other ministers who have tested positive for the virus include Defence Minister Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, and she has since recovered, and Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi. Now, the coronavirus vaccine the University of Oxford is developing with AstraZeneca in collaboration with Wits University has shown promising results in early human testing. AstraZeneca has said it may begin delivering doses to the UK as early as September. The vaccine increased levels of both protective neutralizing antibodies and immune T cells that target the virus. The results were published yesterday in the Lancet Medical Journal. Results from testing in animals had already shown the Oxford AstraZeneca shot provoked an immune response, and final stage testing has already begun. On the international news front, pirates have kidnapped 7 Russian sailors from the crew of a ship in the Gulf of Guinea, the Russian embassy in Nigeria said yesterday. The 7 Russians were among 13 crew members pirates abducted from the Curaçao trader 330 kilometers off the coast of Benin. The shipping industry has warned in recent months about increased incidents of piracy and kidnapping in the Gulf of Guinea, particularly around Nigeria. Earlier this month, pirates attacked an oil production vessel off Nigeria and kidnapped 9 Nigerian nationals. Meanwhile, global real estate investment fell by 33% in the first half of the year as the corona pandemic battered economies. One of the world's leading property agents, Savills of London, said the Asia-Pacific region took the biggest hit, with volumes down 45%. Investment dropped by 36% in the Americas and 19% in Europe, the Middle East and Africa. Meanwhile, the International Monetary Fund has forecast that global gross domestic product will shrink 4.9% this year, and the cumulative loss for the world economy this year and next year is expected to reach some $12.5 trillion. And now news of the first knighthood since lockdown. Captain Sir Tom Moore was knighted in the Queen's first official engagement in person since lockdown. The investiture to honour the 100-year-old, who raised more than £32 million for National Health Service charities, was staged during a unique ceremony at Windsor Castle. Now, he's been recognised for walking more than 100 laps in his garden in Marston, Moratain, Bedfordshire. Captain Sir Tom said it was an absolutely outstanding day. The Queen personally praised him, saying it was an amazing amount of money he had raised. Buckingham Palace said it was the first time the ceremony had been held in the strictly socially distanced format. Captain Sir Tom, who received his honorary title of Colonel on his 100th birthday, had initially set out to raise £1,000 for NHS charities by repeatedly walking a 25-metre loop of his garden. But he's eventually raised £32,800 from more than 1.5 million supporters, and an absolute remarkable feat it is indeed. And finally, taking a quick glimpse into the world of entertainment, the excitement for Beyoncé's upcoming visual album Black is King which is inspired by the music from her The Lion King, The Gift accompaniment album to the 2019 remake, is definitely peaking as the singer released the official trailer this past Sunday. The film will premiere on Friday the 31st of July and is being described as a celebratory memoir for the world on the Black experience. Filmed in various locations, the film's cinematography captures beautiful people and landscapes across continents, starting in New York, then Los Angeles, South Africa, West Africa, London and Belgium. Now, the new trailer shows that cameos will be made by Beyonce's mother, Tina Knowles-Lawson, British supermodel Naomi Campbell, and Kenyan-born actress Lupita Nyong'o. And we'll be breaking this news further down, of course, in our entertainment report a little bit later on. But that's the news right now for 7 o'clock right now. Let's take a look at the sports headlines.
Amidst more postponements due to the coronavirus pandemic, some results trickling in after last night. Let's start with cricket. England's Ben Stokes and Stuart Broad delivered inspiring performances to help their team level the Test Series 1-1 against the West Indies at the Emirates Old Trafford in Manchester. So Stokes, he reached 78 not out from 57 deliveries, and Broad picked up 3 crucial wickets to help England to a 113-run victory. That, of course, over the Windies. So the third and final deciding test will take place on Friday from 12 p.m. SA time. Then, staying with cricket news, the International Cricket Council has now announced that the men's T20 World Cup scheduled to take place this year has now been postponed to 2021 due to the coronavirus pandemic. Australia will still host the tournament, but it will now run from October to November next year. The Over 50 World Cup in India has also been pushed back by a year and now will take place in 2023. Then on to footballing news. The prestigious Ballon d'Or awards that have been awarded since 1956 will not take place this year because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Organisers confirmed that the world's best football players will not be awarded because of a lack of sufficient fair conditions created by the coronavirus. Barcelona striker Lionel Messi, of course, won the men's award last year. The USA's Megan Rapinoe, she walked away with the women's trophy. Then on to footballing results from last night. The Premier League action continued with Everton recording a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Brighton and Newcastle, they shared the spoils, playing out to a goalless draw, and Wolves beat Crystal Palace 2-0 at the Molineux Stadium to leapfrog Spurs on the log. There'll be 2 Premier League fixtures this evening, and it's all about the drop zone. Watford looking to edge themselves away from that drop zone as they take on Manchester City at 7 p.m. Then Aston Villa, they'll want to keep their noses out in front of Bournemouth, and they welcome Arsenal to Villa Park at 9:15 tonight. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the weather.
The lovers of morning walks stop on their way to look at the sunrise. I mean, you have to. Like Mpumelelo Nga, who woke up to this distant sunrise in Pietermaritzburg. The city of flowers can expect temperatures ranging between 4 degrees, reaching a high of 26 degrees. It seems like KZN is representing today because Unjabulo Mchali captured this florid orange sunrise in Osizweni, Newcastle. It is going to be a great day in Newcastle at a start of 3 degrees, reaching a high of 23. Thank you, Mpumelelo and Jabulo, for your stunning pictures. I hope that you're having a pleasant morning. Now, residents of the drought-stricken Namakwaland in the Northern Cape say they are grateful for the recent rains that have caused a number of rivers that have been dry for years to flow again. Parts of the province measured up to 100 millimeters of rain after 4 cold fronts were experienced in 1 month. Farmers say although they are very excited about the rain, it is still not enough at all to break the 7-year drought. In the Western Cape, despite sunny and almost summery weather over the past few days, dam storage levels in the province are up another 4.5% since last week. Along with last week's increase of 9.2%, this puts the dam levels at 77.2% capacity. The largest dam, the Waterskloof, currently stands at some 73%. At the same time in 2017, when the water scarcity crisis was at its peak, dams were at an average of 27%. Let's continue to use our natural resources, sustainably as we move forward. Right now, let's get into the temperatures for the day. It's going to be a mild and cool day across the country. However, the South African Weather Service has issued a fire warning in parts of the Northern Cape. Kodwa ePolokwane, it's a sunny day at a maximum of 22, starting off at 3 degrees. Bombela, 7.25 are your temperatures for the day. It's a partly cloudy day in Pretoria at a low of 3, reaching a high of 22. Jozi Mabonenga, partly cloudy day for you too, at a low of 1 degrees, reaching a high of 19. If you find yourself in Mahikeng, 3 is your low, reaching a high of 23. And Klerksdorp, 0 is the minimum temperature for the day, reaching a maximum of 22. Kimberley starts off the day at 1, reaching a high of 22. And Bloemfontein has a morning temperature of -1, but will reach an afternoon temperature of 22 degrees. It's a sunny day at Richards Bay, namhlanje, at a maximum of 26 and a low of 13. Pietermaritzburg, 6.25, and Durban, 10.23. Very cool and sunny days in Pietermaritzburg and Durban namhlanje. Down to the Eastern Cape, Mthatha, 4.26. East London, 9 is your low, reaching a high of 25. Cradock, 0.24, and Port Elizabeth, a maximum of 26 and a minimum of 7 degrees. It's a sunny day at George at a maximum of 26 and starts off the day at 8 degrees. The mother city, Cape Town, 12.21 are your temperatures namhlanje. Evosta, 7.24, and Sutherland, 2 is your low, reaching a high of 22. A sunny day in Uppington at a maximum of 25 and a minimum of 7 degrees. Now remember, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Welcome back, and if you missed it earlier in the show, we were chatting to Pello Mfinifit, and what he's about to do right now is drop us an incredible workout. You don't need any equipment whatsoever, and he's going to be taking Jamie and I through our paces. You still there, brother? Yeah, we're ready. Where do we begin, man? We are ready to burn some calories. What's the first exercise?
Alright, so I'm going to do today what I call it tomorrow is a 4-minute workout. What you're going to do, you're going to have 20 seconds on, take it to the hole, and got first exercise, alright? And for our first exercise, follow on 3 lines. This is your basic tongue tap for 20 seconds, last for rest. Alright? 3, 2, 1, for 20 seconds, tongue tap. But you have to breathe, keep the body warm, keep the blood flowing, get your breathing right. 20 seconds work and 10 seconds rest. Let's keep it moving with 5 more seconds low. 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, lovely. Now my second exercise, right? It's going to be 4 high knees. You're going to pump your knee down 4 times. You're going to go down to the sprawl. You're going to come back up. You're going to do 4 high knees. Right, let's start in 3, 2, 1, let's go. You're 4 high knees.
4.
Then you go down to the floor, back up, look at the whole body, look at the floor, get the heart rate up, get the blood pumping, continue 20 seconds of work, back down, keep pushing, for 10 more seconds, push, knees up, right on the spot, get the knees pumping, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, well done. For our third exercise, we have 1 8 squats. We slow squat, we squatting, pushing this way, squat, all the way around, and back again, staying in the same spot. Got it?
Pello, you're making me feel like I'm in the damn army over here, brother. I am sweating proper. We only need our second exercise.
I don't know if you can see this, but I'm actually modifying. So for everyone at home, I'm doing the easier version, just to give us more variation and options, okay? Okay.
All right, we're ready. Let's go.
3, 2, 1, squatting, and you keep your body, right? Otherwise, this is quite slow. Or you try to follow Jamie, step around. Otherwise, you slow it across. Or 20 seconds of work. Let's do a pushing it.
Hello, brother. I have to ask you, my legs right now are absolutely burning. Am I doing this exercise correctly? All right.
2, 1, well done. 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Are you ready? Take it down. You guys want to give up, down, there. The front over single before. You turn down to your palms. You're going to come up with your hand. And back up again. You better than squat. I want you to hold the leg for 20 seconds.
Now, for all of you stressing that can't do this, don't worry. I'm also at the very intermediate phase, so I'm going to be modifying so you can follow along with me. The boys are going in hard. They're obviously showing all the gains. I'm just going to go in, and we are just going to hold it there for 20 seconds.
Back up to your hands, and back down again. You got 20 seconds of work. Work that ball. Change that ball. Up. And back down 20 seconds. Last one. I know back the ball again. Keep working. Work the ball. 10 more seconds. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That was like a 30-minute killer blasting workout, all jam-packed into 4 minutes. My entire body is burning. My core is on fire. I'm sweating like you can't imagine. Clearly, you can see Jamie and I have been put through our paces. Man, Pello, that was an incredible session. Thank you so much, man. And in 4 minutes, wow, you have no excuse, guys. Time isn't even an issue right now. Brother, I can't thank you enough for sharing this workout with myself and Jamie. How you doing over there?
I'm good, and I'm glad that someone put you through your paces for all the time that you kicked my butt on here. So finally, welcome to the dungeon, everybody.
Revenge is sweet. I love it. Man, thank you so much once again, brother, and have an incredible day. Well, there you have it, guys. One incredible full-body workout. Jamie and I could do it quite easily. So you guys at home have no excuse. Let us know. Tag us in social media and let us know how the workout went. But otherwise, whew, I've worked up a proper sweat. Let's go for one more round. Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Wherever you may be, all Expresso prizes are delivered to you by Globe Flights, delivering smiles since 1998, 24/7, 365.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Tabisa, do you know that it's day 117 of the national lockdown?
Wow.
Well,
have we made it that far?
We've made it that far, and I know that a lot of people are working from home. There's homeschooling for some, and doing the chores yourself. It's easy to get stuck in a daily routine paired with, unhealthy eating habits. Snacking has become a regular thing, but thanks to Clover Fruits of the Forest yogurt-based dairy snack, breakfast and snacking can be colorful, fruity, but most importantly, very healthy.
And that's why this morning, dietitian Kim Hoffman chats to us about the psychological and physiological differences of cravings and how to gain back control on those munchies. Welcome, Kim. So good to have you.
Good morning. So good to be there.
Well, Kim, now that a lot of us are at home, the cravings are more noticeable and actioned on than ever before. What causes us to go to the fridge as often for that sweet supply in the cupboard? Even going back to the fridge time after time after time, expecting there to be more food and then eating whatever food we can find in there.
So true, so true. So there's many factors that will influence us to eat. So ideally, I would like people to say, I'm going to the kitchen because I am hungry and it's my stomach that is telling me that it's hungry. But all too often, it's actually the mouth hunger reasons why we're eating. And these reasons are false hungers because people are trying to fill a gap in something with food. So a lot of us will go to the fridge or cupboard when we're bored or frustrated, lonely, sad. We basically eat to feel good and be comforted.
What is the difference between physiological and psychological cravings?
So on a very basic level, the physiological cravings occur because your body is hungry for energy. But the psychological cravings occur because your mind or your soul is hungry for something. There is a big difference. So physiological or body cravings is a sensation in the stomach area. It starts gradually and any food will satisfy it. Whereas the psychological or mind cravings is a thought that grows urgently, it starts suddenly, and it requires the comfort foods or the less healthy foods. Very difficult to satisfy that one.
I think what you've just said now, Kim, speaks to the fact that our habits determine our cravings. So how then can we better our eating habits and learn to better control our cravings?
So that is all about having a well-structured eating plan that will help you eat with your physiology. And some of the important things that we need to do is to manage your blood sugar levels, which requires you to start early and eat regularly. To eat more during the daytime when your body needs the energy versus the nighttime. To eat enough during the day. It's amazing how many people actually undereat and therefore make cravings worse. And then to eat a balanced meal so that your body has all the nutrition that it requires.
And is there a link between cravings and your emotions? I know that you touched on earlier that, you know, your mind or your soul, it craves something when you start craving these unhealthy, you know, foods.
Yes, absolutely. There is a link. Lots of people crave food because they want to eat, because they're emotional. Eating is something that makes you feel better. And it's one way of coping with the emotion. And some people start relying too much on that food to cope and then start expecting the food to make them feel better. That is when it starts becoming a problem.
Well, sometimes it's something as trivial, I suppose, as being bored and you just don't have anything to do and you think, what should I do with myself? I mean, I got here at 5 o'clock this morning and not out of hunger or anything, but Kuhle was already asking and looking around for a cheese griller. So is there a reason that people want to eat that sort of thing when they're bored?
Yes, absolutely. Those kind of foods are far more nurturing. They make you feel more filled and you think that you'll feel better with them. It's that theory that when you eat food that contains large amounts of sugar or fat, that it will help to down-regulate a stress response. So and any kind of response, so even a boredom response or a loneliness response, anything like that, that kind of food just seems to do it better. But if you're really in tune with your body, you'll actually realize that the stomach does not like those foods and actually doesn't feel good with that kind of food, and especially large amounts of those foods. Problem is, so many of us are not in tune with our bodies, and so we can eat those foods.
We're going to help each other.
My mood, my emotions, my stomach. Completely disagree with Kim, but we need to take, you know, everything that we are learning from Kim, as she is a certified dietitian. Thank you so much, Kim. Please stay tuned, as you know, we're going to be chatting more about emotional eating and what we can do about it.
I don't know if the purpose of that chat was to make me hungry, but I've just been kind of Rolodexing through all of the different things that I've been craving. But we put it to you guys at home to let us know what weird and wonderful things you've been craving during lockdown. And trust me, there is no weird, because we all have kind of differing tastes, and I've found myself tending towards some pretty strange things in my time. But let's see what
Are you sure?
have said.
I feel like you're going to maybe disagree when you listen to the first one. The first one comes through from Venice, saying lemons with aromat. Don't know how we got here, but we did. This is what I mean. Like,
was that an accident? So you had a lemon and then you knocked the aromat over, and then it's
sounds like a pregnancy craving.
But I used to crave the aromat big time, okay? Big time. So I used to lick it off my hand, but I don't know if I've ever had it on thing, I don't know, on lemon. So Curtis Alvino Middleton saying, my dish has been peri-peri chicken livers with pap. I swear it puts a smile on my face. We can worry about the calories later. Well, it's quite nutritious.
Yeah, livers
is
good.
Bad, but I'm down with you. I love it. I love.
I'm living for that. The next one is from Isabel saying, I love popcorn and was craving for a meaty snack tray. I mean, popcorn's good.
Charcuterie,
yeah.
You know, popcorn was one of my craving things actually during lockdown. Every night. Popcorn. Love it. And then Jerry Ellis or Jerry Ellis saying anything. Sweet cakes, biscuits, toast, jam and chocolates, anything. You might be emotional eating. I was just thinking that might be at the heart of it. But you can keep letting us know on our social media platforms. What are you craving right now? What crazy things have you been dipping into during lockdown?
Bread.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. Now, dietitian Kim Hoffman is still with us this morning. Earlier, she shared some insight on the topic of cravings, and now she'll be telling us more about emotional eating. We've all found comfort in food sometime or another, but how do we identify those triggers and fight those cravings that lead to emotional eating? Kim will tell us all about it. Kim, welcome back.
Thank you.
What is an emotional eater, and how can we identify, if we are becoming an emotional eater or if we are one?
Okay, good question. So emotional eating on a very basic level is when you use food to make yourself feel better, especially during difficult times or situations. So the food is actually filling an emotional need. How do you know? It's basically if you're using food to make you feel better, if you often eat when you're not hungry, and also you don't stop once you feel that fullness coming on, and you find food is your friend, it's where you go to, and it makes you feel good, but at the same time, it also makes you feel powerless and out of control, and you feel very bad when you're eating it.
So, Kim, what causes someone to then eat because of their emotions?
So I believe it's because they don't have proper coping mechanisms for difficult emotions or situations. And they've learned to use the food and to eat as a way of soothing themselves or comforting themselves. And it's sometimes something we've learned from a very young age, when parents use food to comfort a child after an upsetting event. You fall down, hurt your knee, mommy comes out with a lollipop to make you feel better. So yeah, it can be learned from young.
It goes back to the time where you are growing. So basically, Kim, you're saying that we are conditioned to believe that if we eat something nice, you know, we will feel better about the situation or feel better about ourselves.
Yeah, conditioned, and then also you don't know how else to deal with something. So when we don't learn other coping mechanisms.
But you know what, when it happens about emotional eating, I'm so sorry for cutting you off. The one thing, Kim, about emotional eating is that after you have eaten all the junk food in the world to make yourself feel better, after you need to deal with the guilt, you know, because now you feel heavier, you feel that you have gained a little bit of, you know, few kgs, and now you have to deal with that. So it's just like
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
It could go. It could spiral. But Kim, we certainly don't find ourselves emotional eating with celery sticks or carrots. Why is it that we find so much comfort, so much comfort in junk foods over the healthier alternatives?
So that's a very good question. Why can't we use the healthy foods? What's quite interesting when you were running through what people felt that their comfort foods were just before this interview now, a lot of those foods are actually healthy foods that you can use. So I think there's also a big stigma as to that all foods that are used for comfort are unhealthy. So you can use healthy foods for comfort, but it's that high sugar, high fat generally that just does something with our brain that makes us feel better. And junk food plays right into that.
But then what are some of the ways, you know, we can feed our feelings in a healthier way?
Yeah.
So that's the key. It's all about finding other things to do during times when you're feeling emotional or stressed also. So you can be stimulated by a good book. You can go for a nice walk. You can go and talk to someone. You can meditate and try and find your inner peace. You can find a hobby that you can enjoy and work on. Basically, initially, the way I deal with emotional eating is I get people to find things to do to distract themselves. So whenever they want to eat, I tell them, find something else to go to. But ultimately, we need to figure out what is it that we're actually craving or needing. It's not food. The food is just a cover-up.
Kim, you are preaching this morning, preaching the gospel of diets. Thank you so much for your time. You have been absolutely fantastic, Kim Hoffman.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, what's your take on cheese grillers, by the way, before we let you go? At 5 a.m.
So if you're going to make it with a whole grain bread and you use the softer cheeses on it and don't add any butter or marge to it and pop it under a griller, nothing wrong with that.
That's exactly how I make my cheese griller sandwiches, Tabiso.
Okay, fantastic. Well, now that we have better insight and understanding of our cravings, making healthier eating choices is the next best step. So Clover's Fruits of the Forest with cereals range containing oats, granola and seeds is a convenient solution for you and your family to help you with making those healthier snacking choices.
Fruits of the Forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the Forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Well, I can tell you that a healthy smoothie is always a good idea when it comes to those cravings when they kick in. So try your hand at this blueberry and clementine smoothie for a healthier snack alternative. We're going to be making it in the kitchen alongside Nicole Snelling. And the ingredients are ready. You are ready. I am ready.
Are you ready? Well,
Absolutely.
I've got one ready for you too. So I love the idea of like including nuts and a little bit of sweetness. Like you said, like you get that sugar, high fat, that's what you crave. So that's why we've added in nuts. So we've got a little bit of the cashews, a little bit of almonds, whatever nuts you have at home. Also, Brazilian nuts are also very high.
I'm also a fan of just adding lots of nuts to a smoothie. Hey, thickens the texture and gives you like something like when you're sipping on your smoothie, just something to like chew on.
Yes,
and you get
it's
those
like
little
little
bits that are
crunchy
just a little crunch.
100%. So that's why we're adding
Seeds as
seeds, a little
well.
bit of pumpkin seeds. We toasted them. We've got some sunflower seeds, and again with your high fiber, we've got a little bit of oats going in as well.
The best, quickest way to have your breakfast and have all the healthy stuff in it is through a smoothie, I find.
Yes, and it's such a quick gap filler as well, like where you just quickly blitz it up, drink it, and you know that your breakfast is sorted. You have no stomach like growling at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then by lunchtime, you know you've at least had a good breakfast.
Absolutely. You've added the blueberries there that, of course, are a superfood. Apparently, they're known to boost your mood.
Yes.
Mood-boosting food.
I mean, I think blueberries are just one of those superpower foods that I really feel is an understated thing because it's got so many nutrients packed with antioxidants, exactly what we need. So we're going to add some of our fruits of the forest yogurt-based dairy snack. I've got the cereal one here with some strawberries. I feel like blueberries and the strawberry go really
well together. Yeah.
And
while you mentioned that,
yes.
Clover Fruits of the Forest yogurt-based dairy snack has a breakfast offering with specially selected cereal mixes containing oats, granola, and seeds for a crunchy experience as well. So there's a lot of variety for you to choose from.
Exactly. So even if you don't have the nuts or granola or anything, you can bank on it having all the seeds and stuff already.
There we go.
So you can blitz this up if you want to do like a smoothie bowl kind of vibe, or I like to have my smoothie a little bit smoother, so I just add a splash of water. You can add your milks in here. You can add fruit juice if you want.
It always makes me feel better to add water because I feel like I'm having my glass for the day, or part of the 8 glasses, or is it the 4 glasses that you're supposed to have in a day? When you do something like that, you've now had part of that glass in your smoothie already.
Exactly. So I actually pack in 2 liters of water a day. So I try and finish before 2 o'clock. Yeah.
Before 2?
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Right. So 2 o'clock when you're gone, then.
So by 2 o'clock you've already had your 2 liters of water for the day.
Yes.
I need to find a different strategy. That's amazing. Wow.
This one we just made a little more blueberries, so it's different in color.
Ah, gotta love it. Look at that.
There we go. Cheers,
Health
cats.
in a glass. Thank you very much, Nicole. I'm going to enjoy this one. This is going to be my breakfast for today.
Cheers.
Check out the recipe on our website, expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, just in time to hit the entertainment highway here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And as we reported at the top of the hour, Beyonce's new visual album, Black is King, is being released next Friday, 31 July. And of course, the excitement levels are high for the superstar's next project all over the world, really. Every single part of the world. Everybody's waiting in anticipation for it. Of course, it's inspired by the music from the album, The Lion King, The Gift, which Beyonce produced as an accompaniment, which accompanied the 2019 photorealistic remake of The Lion King. Of course, Black is King promises to reimagine the lessons from the 2019 film for today's kings and queens in search of their own crowns. In fact, if you haven't ever seen the trailer, I know that you ladies have seen the trailer.
Of course,
You've all seen the trailer, but let's watch it again, because why not?
Unlike any other. Life is a set of choices.
Does your father know you are here?
Lead.
I laugh in the face of danger.
or be led astray.
Run away and never return.
Follow your light. Or lose it.
You can't wear a crown.
I mean, see, it's visually rich, right?
I mean, listen, no one does Queen Bee like Queen Bee. She, even a year after, you know, the release of The Lion King, here we're still talking about The Lion King, and now having a whole visual album connected to it. I think this is beautiful. I think it's gorgeous. I think the fact that she's highlighting so many African countries in this is just beauty, and it speaks of power and the queen that she is.
100%, Jamie. I think I just need to commend Queen Bee for attaching her name to
Legit, a year after this release. Well, maybe it is. Many complaints, of course, that Beyonce loves to borrow from the African culture have come through, but never tours to Africa. They've come through. We've seen them on social media. Maybe weigh in on that conversation and let us know what your thoughts are on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. Use that hashtag Expresso Show. But we're about to elevate the feel good, guys, because wow, it's Katie Melua, guys. Katie Melua.
Are you ready?
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso on SABC3. Now listen, it's not every day that we get to catch up with Katie Melua, but when we heard her brand new song, we just could not miss out on the opportunity to catch up with her and find out what she has been up to. And she joins us right now on the line, all the way from London. Katie, a very good day to you. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to talk to you today.
It's an absolutely surreal experience for me because I remember growing up listening to your songs, completely being entranced by your voice, and to actually see you and chat to you is such a rare honor and a privilege. Now let's talk about your latest song, A Love Like That.
It's a burning fire. It'll be a red, a bitter dream that makes you bad. It falls like rain. It turns to dust. How'd you make a love like that last?
It unpacks the complexities of love and of life. Talk to me about the song and how it came about.
This record was 3 years in the making, and you know, I wish I could say that after 17 years in the music industry and, you know, being on my 8th album that it gets easier, but it really doesn't. You know, you always have to find the right team, the right musicians. I'm still so into working with brilliant musicians and capturing great musicianship on records, but also having good classic songs. And those are the challenges that we try and overcome in the studio. And also, as I grow older, I have to look at love from all the different angles. You know, those early songs that I sang were about, you know, that kind of infatuation, that youthful love, the promise of forever love. But it's important that as you grow up, you kind of take in lots of reality, you know, and the beauty of reality.
Absolutely, and I guess that translates in your music as well. Now, I understand that you actually retreated to a cottage in the Cotswold for 3 weeks in order to give us this beautiful project. Take us through that process and what that was like.
Well, that was, it was kind of like in the middle of the writing process. Obviously, it didn't just take 3 weeks to, you know, to do the writing, but I focused a lot on lyrics for this record. And I'm originally from Georgia. I don't know if you know this, but Georgia in Eastern Europe. And I grew up listening to Georgian and Russian songs. And there is a certain kind of a cultural thread to the lyrics of those popular songs from those cultures that I feel like we don't necessarily have in English language pop music. And so I was interested in exploring that lyricism and that certain truthfulness that's there. It's quite hard to describe. I mean, you're going to have to just listen to the record when it's out.
And the wonderful thing about your music is that we have lots of it to enjoy. You've released 7 top 10 albums, including your platinum debut, Call Off the Search, which came out when you were only 19, if I recall correctly. Now, what can we expect from your upcoming album? It's called album number 8, right? And it's coming out in October?
It is indeed, yeah. Well, what can I tell you about it? It took us a long time to find the producer and the musicians. we actually recorded with a beautiful string orchestra, the Georgian Philharmonic Orchestra, in January in Tbilisi at a very iconic recording studios called the Georgian Film Studios. And so there's a lot of arrangements accenting the songs, you know, and making them really sound very different to what I've done before. And I hope to maybe be able to come and play live when things are, you know, able to resume again. But we don't know. We'll see.
We certainly look forward to that. And, you know, please know that you have a home here in our studio on Expresso on SABC3. Whenever you come down to South Africa, come down to Cape Town and come and visit us. We'd love for that to happen and for you to perform live especially.
Thank you so much. I'd be honored. Thank you.
Now, let's talk about the current circumstances that we find ourselves in with the COVID-19 pandemic that's been forcing us into a new normal. How are things in London for you, and how have you picked up on any new hobbies? You know, how have you utilized your time or the free time that you otherwise would have been spending, let's say, in studios or on stages performing? What has this lockdown been like for you?
Well, it was strange for me because the lockdown happened just as we were finishing the record. And so we had to go and mix the record, which is a very intricate process while we were in lockdown, which meant that the mixing engineer, Cameron Craig, he was in his studio and I was here at home. Actually, as you can see behind me is where I was. There's a little studio just behind me.
Oh, yes.
And so I would sit there listening on, you know, and listening in real time to what he was doing in his studio, you know, and this is where we try and place the instruments, the vocals, just in the right cocktail. So basically throughout this lockdown, I've had the blessing of having this job and being able to really soak myself into it.
Absolutely, and we are grateful that you're keeping safe. And I've got to just ask you to give a message to all of your fans, because you have many in South Africa, people who have loved your music over the years and are surely very excited at the prospect of listening to your new record and your upcoming album. What do you have to say to them?
Well, all I can say is a big thank you. And, you know, we try and make great records. I still really believe in making innovative works in the studio with that classical influence. And come and say hi. You know, I'm on the usual social networks. We're doing this amazing thing on Instagram where we're doing this thing called Extreme Fan Engagement. So this is where I get to interview the fans. And we do it actually on Thursday nights at 6:30 British time. And it's interesting to actually properly get to know the fans. So yeah, I just want to say a big thanks.
Oh, thank you very much to you, Katie Meliwa, for joining us. And good luck with all of your future endeavors, and can't wait to see you in South Africa.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Wow, what an extraordinary privilege to be able to link up with Katie Meliwa, who's received over 56 platinum awards. And of course, if this latest single is anything to go by, then there'll be a lot more where that came from.
Oh, thanks so much, man. What an absolute sweetheart. What an honor. That really was cool. So here's a question. Do you know how many bicycles are in Beijing? Well, according to Katie, there are 9 million bicycles. We are so honored to have had Katie on the line to talk about her brand new album release titled, and it's album number 8. Can you believe it? And top performing single of this album is a song called A Love Like That. Take a gander.
Taken in by what you've told me, but keep it all inside your songs. This isn't real, you don't even know me. How am I what you're thinking of? You see you're turning a little crazy, speaking love into the dust. I've seen it torn into every shape, seen it leaving fast. It's a burning fire, it'll be a red, a bitter dream. I want you for my only one. Everything feels inside out. My blood is burning in the sun. How'd you make the race so strong? The haze of love when you are near. bitter dream that makes you better. It falls like rain, it turns to dust. How'd you make a love like that last? How'd you make a love like
What a song. What an incredible human being.
Roderick, Katie, man.
Dude, why is this such a freak out moment for you, dude?
I mean, I remember as
she
a
is
child, like
awesome.
listening to like the top 8 of some radio station, and 9 Million Bicycles in Beijing was playing over and over every night at 8 o'clock. So like, I love that song.
I remember
speak to her
thinking
now.
when she first arrived on the scene, what a phenom she was. Like, just thinking, like, wow, this young girl has just taken over. Now it's 8 albums down the line.
Unbelievable.
Incredible.
And you know she lives in London, right?
Yeah.
You know which side of London she is on?
On the upper side.
I'm joking, she's not a football fan.
Did you ask though?
I did, I absolutely did.
So Roderick's here. You guys are preparing for something truly magical. What you're going to be performing is Tuesday Tunes, a highlight of our week. What have you guys landed on today?
Tuesday Tunes coming up, and I'm performing one of my absolute favorites called Remember When It Rained by Josh Groban. And can't wait. Hope you'll be tuned in to enjoy that too. What's better than a sugar-coated, deliciously crispy golden brown donut and 100% Arabica beans brewed to perfection? Treat yourself and warm up your morning with a little sweetness from McCafe with the all-new mini donut and cappuccino offer. A little lovin' doesn't have to cost a lot. Great coffee, simple.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
As a parent, hearing your child cough is always a little bit concerning, especially when it's a deep barking cough that vibrates throughout the house. Kind of makes you feel like they're struggling to breathe. Now, this barking cough is also known as croup, which is a viral infection of the vocal cords, to be specific. And we're about to chat to pediatrician Dr. Hanneke Haynes on what exactly is croup, first of all, and what we can do to treat it. A very good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning. I'm very well, thank you very much, and you?
Surviving the flu season thus far, so
Touch hood.
doing well, yeah.
Yeah, no coughs this side, touch hood. But
absolutely.
But, you know, a loud barking cough must be concerning for any parent, especially when you say they are struggling to breathe. What exactly is croup, and is this something we generally find in only children?
Croup is a viral disease that basically causes inflammation of the airway just below the vocal cords. So there's some swelling and inflammation, which narrows the airways, and then they get this kind of barking cough. It almost sounds like a seal that's barking, and it's a tinny, very typical type of cough, and obviously that's very, very alarming. Now, it most commonly happens in children between 6 months and 3 years of age, usually during autumn or the early onset of winter, very more commonly than other times. But it can happen as young as 3 months up to 6 years. So it is very much a disease of children, and it's because they've got a very small airway.
Now, I've got to say, as I've experienced it, I've got a 3-year-old boy, and we've had to go rush through to the emergency room twice for what turned out to be croup. I think it's terrifying when it seems like your child can't breathe, going along with that cough, as you say, with the airways being blocked. What are some of the symptoms that we should be looking out for as parents in our child?
Absolutely. So croup is basically a disease. It starts off with a bit of a blocked nose or a bit of a ruddy nose, and then they develop fever. And within basically 12 to 48 hours, that barking type of cough starts appearing. And together with that, they also have got a hoarseness in their voice. And then they've got stridor. Now, stridor, I'm going to demonstrate to you. It sounds something like a wheeze, except it's usually during inspiration. So it goes...
Oh.
Okay, and that's one of your warning signs. So when you're not 100% sure when to go to the hospital, it's always a good idea to check with your doctor. But if it's a mild kind of croup, and they do not have stridor, they only have got that kind of barking cough, and they've got a mild fever, and they're still drinking quite well, then it's fine. We can treat baby at home. But as soon as you start hearing that stridor sound, that kind of sound, and especially if it's in and expiratory, that goes, then it's very important to go to the hospital. Also, when there's any other signs of respiratory distress, and that would be when you look at your child's chest and there's some recession, so the whole chest wall is moving in and out. If the baby becomes very distressed, and you can see he's agitated, he doesn't want to drink his fluids anymore, the temperature goes up and up and up, or the symptoms doesn't want to subside, that's all kind of signs that says, listen, this is time to go to the ER.
I pray this
My
never
heart is
happens.
going. I'm just listening to you make that sound. It's taking me right back to that place. It is, for a parent, it is terrifying.
I would literally
absolutely
be out of my mind because it can be so stressful on any parent. But exactly how long can this last, doctor?
Well, the good news is it is a self-limiting disease. So we're looking at literally about 3 days. But within 3 days, that croupy cough should start subsiding. The other little symptoms, the symptoms of a bit of a runny nose and a blocked nose and a fever, that can carry on for about 7 days. But the cough definitely within 3 days should be gone.
Is it contagious? Is this something that's specifically for children? Can we, as other family members, adults, catch it? And is croup contagious for other children? Can we allow them to go to creche, for instance?
Right. So basically, the virus that's causing the croup is something most commonly parainfluenza virus, but it can be some of the other viruses as well. So the virus is contagious, but the disease is not. So in one child it can give croup, in another child it can give a sore throat, and another one just a cold, and another one bronchiolitis. So the virus is contagious, but the disease is not.
Okay.
So one croup child won't necessarily give another child croup, but it can give other kind of respiratory symptoms. So yes, definitely keep your child at home. Not a great idea to take them out.
I was going to say, don't you dare put your sick child in creche. I say that to all parents out there.
Lastly, maybe, doctor, let's discuss treatment. How can we then treat croup?
If your child has got mild croup, so basically just that little bit of a cough, but not really stridor, there's a couple of wonderful things you can do at home. And the one is steaming. So kind of close the bathroom door, put the shower on heat, and let that steam fill the bathroom, and sit with your child and play with them in the bathroom, that they can inhale that nice and warm steam. That definitely helps with swelling. And the other little thing, this is very interesting, the boererate, as they used to say, was to give a child a stiff cup of very hot, warm black coffee, and then take the child out in the cold night air. And that definitely did work. And that's for two reasons. The one reason is that coffee has got caffeine, and that stimulates breathing. But cold night air also helps to reduce the swelling of that narrow airway. So I wouldn't recommend the coffee. You're going to be up for the rest of the night. But interesting enough, cold night air can definitely be one of the treatments that you can do. And that's why parents often come to the ER and, the stridor is gone. And it's just because they had to go out at nighttime. So that's a couple of things that you can do. But remember, as soon as you hear that stridor, that sound, rather take your child in.
Sure.
I wouldn't play around with that.
I mean, you don't need much motivation, trust me, as having experienced that. As soon as you hear your child wheezing like that, and then, of course, when you haven't slept the whole night because you've been freaking out, you can have the cup of coffee in the morning to wake yourself up. But Doctor, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. That really has helped us, I think, wrap our minds around what croup is and how we can treat it. But thank you so much. Stay safe out there and stay healthy during the flu season.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Have a good time.
Now, with a range of coughs out there, it's important as parents we know exactly what we are dealing with and how to best go about treating it. Now, Dialink Junior is specially formulated for alleviating wet coughs in young children. It's tartrazine and alcohol-free and recommended for children 2 years and older.
Dialink Junior clears a wet cough and thins and loosens chest mucus, suitable for children from the age of 2 years.
And there's no doubt about it, your Tuesday morning, or your Tuesday rather, is off to a really good start. So much inspiration this morning, from health to grooming tips and the work. Some Katie Malua in the mix there as well. And a bit later on, Tuesday Tunes with Katlego Maboe. You're in for a treat, I can tell you this much. But right now, it's time for us to find out what's happening in and around the globe with the news.
It's just gone 8 o'clock on this morning. Let's take a look at the news headlines on the national news front. President Cyril Ramaphosa says the country's economic recovery cannot wait until the corona pandemic is over, but should start now. Now, the president said in his weekly newsletter that in many cases it was the small and micro enterprises that provide essential goods when people could not move around. Ramaphosa said this entrepreneurship in townships and in rural areas had come to the fore in a difficult time. He added that the pandemic and its curtailment and had highlighted the need and the important role that the informal sector played in the economy. The minister in the presidency, Jackson Tembu, yesterday confirmed that Mineral Resources and Energy Minister Gwede Mantashe had been hospitalized. Mantashe was admitted to hospital on the advice of his family doctor for better medical attention and monitoring. Mrs. Mantashe will continue self-quarantine at home. This almost a week after Mantashe tested positive for COVID-19. And other ministers who tested positive for the virus included Defense Minister Nosiviwe Mapisa-Nqakula, and she's since recovered, and Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi. On the international news front, over the course of 48 days, an expedition to the Great Pacific Garbage Patch managed to haul an astonishing 103 tons of plastic from the ocean. The mission was run by Ocean Voyages Institute, a non-profit organization founded in 1979 to help preserve the world's oceans. The institute's cleanup is the largest to date at the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The remote area of the Pacific Ocean, located between California and Hawaii, is a swirling vortex that corals and traps the astonishing amount of trash. Now, pirates have kidnapped 7 Russian sailors from the crew of a ship in the Gulf of Guinea, the Russian embassy in Nigeria said yesterday. The 7 Russians were among 13 crew members pirates abducted from the Curacao trader 330 kilometers off the coast of Benin. Now, the shipping industry has warned in recent months about increased incidents of piracy and kidnapping in the Gulf of Guinea, particularly around Nigeria. Earlier this month, pirates attacked an oil production vessel off Nigeria and kidnapped 9 Nigerian nationals. And now, news of how Lady Luck smiled on little Admiral Paul. Now, all is well with the wee penguin named Admiral Paul, rescued at Margate Beach amidst all the excitement during the recent extremely abundant annual sardine run along the KZN coast, described as the best in 20 years. Soon after being saved, the little Admiral was transported to Ushaka SeaWorld in Durban. Fortunately, he had no visible injuries and his x-rays were clear. Kelly de Klerk, Ushaka's senior animal behavioralist, says he was somewhat underweight, but is now already able to stand up on his own. Kelly added that they were able to feed him small sardines, which he was greedily accepting. She believes he will soon be strong enough to fly to Port Elizabeth into the care of Sankorp's staff, who will prepare him for release. African penguins, also known as jackass penguins, are endemic to southern Africa and cannot call anywhere else home. And since the turn of the previous century, the world has lost almost 99% of its African penguin population. And taking another quick look at the world of entertainment, South Africans could not let go of Master KG's hit song Jerusalema when it hit the charts late last year. But ever since the remix with Nigerian superstar Burna Boy dropped in May, it has gained huge international traction. Now the Mzansi song has recently sparked a global dance craze with people in Italy, Spain, France, Jamaica, Canada, and even Romania posting videos on social media of themselves performing the looping choreography in social distancing groups, or just socially distanced groups. Now, when asked how he feels about the global surge in popularity, Master KG said it reminds him of the time in the 90s when the song Macarena also created an international dance craze. He added, quote, now it is happening to my song, and it is a blessing indeed. He traces the originality of the dance challenge to a group of friends who created the choreography in Angola, which then spread to Portugal and went viral from that point. The official music video now has over 44 million views on YouTube, with the Burna Boy remix featuring on the Billboard Hot Dance Electronic Songs chart in the US. And of course, you know we'll be rocking it this coming Friday for our Friday dance. Well, that's it for the news headlines on this Tuesday morning. Right now, let's take one last look at the sporting headlines.
Let's kick it off rather, with one of the results coming out of yesterday's cricket action. England's Ben Stokes and Stuart Broad delivered inspiring performances to help earn their team a level in the Test Series, 1-1 against the West Indies at the Emirates Old Trafford in Manchester. Stokes reaching 78 of just 57 deliveries, and Broad picking up 3 crucial wickets to help England to a 113-run victory over the Windies. The third and deciding final test will take place on Friday, kicking off at midday South African time. Then, staying with more cricket news, the International Cricket Council has now announced that the Men's T20 World Cup, scheduled to take place this year, has been postponed to 2021, due obviously to the coronavirus pandemic. So Australia will still host the tournament, but it will now run from October to November next year. And the over 50 World Cup in India has also been pushed back by a year, and Malta now will be taking place in 2023. Then on to more postponements, this time in the world of football. The prestigious Ballon d'Or awards which have been awarded rather since 1956, will not take place this year because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Organisers confirmed that the world's best football players will not be awarded because of a lack of sufficient fair conditions created by the coronavirus. Barcelona's star Lionel Messi won the men's award last year, and the USA's Megan Rapinoe, she walked away with the women's trophy. And on to some footy results. The Premier League action continued last night with Everton recording a 1-0 win over Sheffield United. Brighton earned a valuable point alongside Newcastle United, sharing the spoils in a goalless draw. And Wolves, they leapfrog Spurs after beating Crystal Palace 2-0 at the Molineux Stadium. So it's all about the drop zone tonight in 2 Premier League fixtures this evening. Watford looking to take themselves well and clear into safety. They take on Man City at 7 p.m. and then Aston Villa will be wanting to get their noses out in front of Bournemouth as they welcome Arsenal to Villa Park, and that game kicks off at 9:15. And then finally, we have to round off on a tragic note. We are deeply saddened at the loss of one of South Africa's most beloved rugby sons, Kaunda Ntunja, who has passed away at the very young age of just 38. It was a true rugby pioneer and a legend in his time, the captain of SA Schools, the Currie Cup winner, and of course a groundbreaking rugby commentator. And we join the throngs of people sending our condolences to his family and of course his friends and colleagues. He will be sorely missed. And now on that tragic note is where we leave our sporting headlines for now.
Apologies for the technical difficulty, but let's have a recap at the sunrise pictures that we have received this morning. Starting off in Cape Town, thank you to Drew for the stunning sunset you captured in Molly Point. A warm day coming your way. Ufadil Shabudin went fishing and shared this early sunrise picture taken in Port Elizabeth. PE do expect a sunny day in Namhlanje. We move over to KZN with Mpumelelo's picture taken in Pietermaritzburg. And Ngoskakhulu Mpumelelo, a warm and humid day for Pietermaritzburg today. Jabulo keeps it in KZN with this sunrise image captured in Newcastle. Stunning. Thank you all for your pictures, and do not stop sharing them on all of our social media platforms. Now, residents of the drought-stricken Namaqualand and the Northern Cape say they are grateful for the recent rains that have caused a number of rivers that have been dry for years to flow again. Parts of the province measured up to 100 millimeters of rain after 4 cold fronts were experienced in 1 month. Farmers say although they were very excited about the rain, it is still not enough at all to break the 7-year drought. In the Western Cape, despite sunny, almost summery weather over the past few days, dam storage levels in the province are up to another 4.5% since last week. Along with last week's increase of 9.2%, this puts the dam levels at 77.2% capacity. The largest dam, the Waterskloof, currently stands at 73%. At the same time in 2017, when the water scarcity crisis was at its peak, dams were at an average of 27%. Right now, let's get into the temperatures for the rest of the country. Epolokwane, it's a sunny day. Today, Epolokwane with a low of 3 degrees reaching a high of 22. Mbombela 7.25. A partly cloudy day in Pretoria at a maximum of 22 and a minimum of 3 degrees. Johannesburg 119. Mahikeng 3.23. And Klerksdorp 0.22 are your temperatures for Namhlanje. Bloemfontein -1 is the start of the day at a maximum of 22. And Richards Bay 13.26. It's a sunny day in Richards Bay. Pietermaritzburg, a partly cloudy day 6.25 are your temperatures for the day. And South Africa's playground Durban, 10 is your low, reaching a high of 23. Mthatha 4 is the minimum temperature, reaching a maximum of 26. East London starts off on 9 degrees, Namhlanje reaching a high of 25. Cradock 0.24. Ebai, Port Elizabeth 7.26, and a sunny day in George at a maximum of 26 and starts off the morning at 8 degrees. Cape Town, the mother city, 12.21. Worcester, it's a sunny day at a max of 24 and a minimum of 7. And Sutherland 2.22. Last but not least, Uppington 7.25. That was the final look at the weather this morning. Whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day. And on that note, seeing as we are deep within the winter season and a lot of things happen within our health, here's Gemini and Wicat unpacking the connection between asthma and allergies. Keep it locked.
Coughing, sneezing and wheezing, well, these are all the symptoms related to allergies and asthma. But what is the relation between the two and how can we control it? Well, we chat to Dr. Fazile Mkhize to help break it down for us. Welcome, Doc. Thank you so much for taking the time to answer all of our questions this morning.
Hey guys, always so good to see you. I feel like I'm seeing you guys more than Tabs and the rest of them, but I mean, that's a good thing.
Well, luckily it's not in your practice, you know what I mean, or in a hospital or anything like that, so from this side of the screen. While we start unpacking this topic, let's start first by explaining exactly what is asthma and what are allergies exactly.
So when we talk about allergies, we're actually talking about an exaggerated immune response to what we would see as everyday materials. We call them allergens, but things like dust, pollen, things even as simple as bedbug bites can actually cause your immune system to have an overreaction and thus have a lot of the symptoms or disease profiles that we know. So you're talking about kind of the runny nose, allergic rhinitis, or you can even have the itchy skin that's also there, which we call pruritus, itchy eyes, conjunctivitis. So all of it is an immune response that's actually been highly upregulated to something that other people generally wouldn't have a response to. And then if we're talking about asthma is kind of under that umbrella because you can have an allergic asthma, but it's something that about 5% of the population suffer from, and it's essentially your airways. It's like a reaction that's happening in your lower airways where you have the lining that's there within the smaller kind of airway segments, as well as the muscles reacting due to chronic inflammation that's there. We don't exactly know the cause, but we do know that there's some genetic components as well as some environmental components. So where you stay as well. Potentially if you stay closer to a factory, if you have children that are closer to fields where there's flowers, then that can also kind of affect whether or not they have asthma as children.
So if I'm understanding correctly, then a cough as a symptom would be a way of your body ejecting that stimulus or that buildup of the mucus. So it's trying to say, I don't want this in my body and I need to get it out, and therefore that's how the cough happens.
I actually feel like you don't need me anymore yet. I can send you through like a pack of scrubs.
No. Well, let's kind of try and also unpack the treatments that are available. I mean, things like nebulizers and humidifiers. Do these help in any way?
Those essentially are aerosol medication that actually goes into the lungs. When we're talking about nebulizers, even the sprays that you have, and they, depending on what the active chemical is, either will help relax the muscles that I was telling you about that line your lower airways down in your lungs. So by relaxing them, it increases that area, that diameter for air to then come in and out, as well as some of them actually help with dissolving some of the mucus so it isn't as thick, so that you're actually able to expel it out rather than have it clogging up a lot of the segments in the airways that are there. So the humidifier that will regulate the amount of moisture that's in the air also helps. So those are kind of things that you can do at home.
True story though, when I was growing up, I used to have very bad asthma, and about when I was 16 or so, it just went away. For some people, they're not as fortunate as I was. What are some other ways, they can manage and maybe control these attacks?
So it's always important to, especially if you're thinking that your child has asthma, or you as an adult think that you might have had kind of asthma-like symptoms, to go see some medical practitioner in the medical field, just so they can do an assessment and see. So some people do have milder symptoms, and some people can go all the way to having full-blown attacks where they can't actually breathe. And it's good for you to be stratified on that spectrum. And once we've actually seen where you lie, then we can tell you certain things that can help you. And generally, it's always about identifying what your allergen is, what your trigger is. And once you understand what that is, trying as best as you can to avoid it. And if you really can't avoid it, we then start giving medication and adjust it in a stepwise approach. So we give you kind of step 1, step 2, step 3, depending on how well you did on the assessments that we gave you, as well as how bad your symptoms are when you get the attack.
Well, some insightful medical information there, straight from Dr. Fezile Mkhize. Thank you very much, man.
Guys, thank you as always. I really do feel like these are very helpful, and once again, my patients are saying thank you so much for having me on here. I think they kind of don't want me to see them clearly because they're happy with me being here instead of going and seeing them there.
Well, we look forward to chatting to you next time. And of course, we've been talking about managing all kinds of symptoms, and managing a wet cough can be very uncomfortable to deal with. But Dialink Junior is specially formulated for alleviating wet coughs in young children. It's tartrazine and alcohol-free and recommended for children 2 years and older.
Dialink Junior clears a wet cough and thins and loosens chest mucus, suitable for children from the age of 2 years.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
with your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on SABC3. Now, here's a fact. No one could have ever predicted the entire world coming to a complete standstill due to the COVID-19 pandemic. With the strict lockdown conditions that were obviously implemented and practically everything coming to a halt, including tourism and non-essential travel. It's been an incredibly uncertain time for us as South Africans, and that we know.
Absolutely. However, with strict measures still in place, the lockdown levels have been eased, and with the main aim to get our economy up and running again. And this morning we talked to CEO of Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency, Vuyani Daimani, today all about the wonderful attractions the Eastern Cape has to offer and the protocols that have been put in place so that visitors can once again enjoy all that the province has to offer. A very good morning to you, Mr. Daimani, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to the viewers at home.
Sir, how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected tourism in your part of the country, the Eastern Cape?
Look, it has been disastrous all over, and if you talk to the contribution to the gross domestic product of the Eastern Cape, tourism contributes 18% of that. That is about 67 billion lost within the quarter. Job creation in the province, direct jobs that are related to tourism in the value chain, 104,000. Out of that, 43,000 is at risk. So that gives you the picture. It has been a very bad day in the office from a tourism point of view over the past 3 months.
Unfortunately, a dark time that we all had to go through as a country in order to try to flatten the curve and gain control of the situation. And now we can look forward to perhaps a silver lining in the cloud where, with the easing of certain restrictions, people can maybe begin to travel here and there. So talk to us about the measures that have been put in place to ensure that visitors are safe.
With the sector as a whole, we have set up what we refer to as our recovery plan that has got 5 pillars. The critical aspect of those pillars is that you just want to save the sector. You want to be able to support the sector in terms of the protocols that you have to put in place. But you want to also take the opportunity to refine our strategy to have a refined product offering in terms of the visitor experience. But also the other aspect, it was to push us to 4IR in terms of how smart we can market the province. So those 5 pillars are really what has been the key outcome of the consultation and the engagement that we had with the sector. And we're looking forward to the implementation of the recovery plan.
And Mr. Daimani, with the lockdown and obviously the strict social distancing measures that we've seen that have been implemented, how has this affected the Eastern Cape's events calendar or your social calendar?
At this time of the year, I mean, we'll be talking about the National Arts Festival now as being one. There's been an innovation in terms of doing it online, and it is still available. People could still go through that. The viewing is still available up until the 31st of July. But all others, I mean, you'll be expecting the drive into into Grahamstown at this time of the year for the 10 days. That hasn't happened. Linked to that is the Capewood Festival that has also been canned. But, there's been innovation in the fact that Arts Festival could still go ahead online. But also there's also another opportunity that has come up. I mean, you're talking about the Expo from Business. They're also going the online route in terms of positioning their products insofar as consolidating the investment into the economy of the province. So the online platform has been the innovation, but the impact of the movement of the people insofar as the events calendar, there's been an impact on that.
So with that in mind, Mr. Daimani, what are some of the Eastern Cape's most popular tourist attractions that one could visit post-COVID or maybe even post-current regulations or restrictions being eased?
We have a simple guide to the tourist, what we refer to as your top 100 things to do in the province. It's available, but just an appetizer, if you want a Christmas in July, the mountain range that you have from Drakensberg, which is the beginning of the mountain range, is available inland. If you drive around, again, the Karoo, as you do the drive, as you view the animals, the popular succulent taste of the lamb in the Karoo is an offering not to miss from him. If you're still an adrenaline junkie, the Tsitsikamma provides you with that offering from bungee jumping to the rest, to zip liners and that. Going down again, the perfect way from the surfing point of view, JB, is available. The hidden treasure of our struggle and the heritage hidden in the the right location museum in Port Elizabeth. Suncoast Shrine, again, that is your Port Alfred Range. That's where you can do a bit of safari and a bit of a coastline and beach experience in one. Again, hidden in this London Wool Coast, a perfect surfing spot. It's a hidden gem, those who didn't know about it. But the rolling mountains of the Wild Coast are a welcoming attraction for people who have not been there. The history of the wrecks, the shipwrecks of the country, the settlers of the yesteryear, it's hidden in there. But if you want to see again the waterfalls falling directly into the ocean, you can only view that from the Wild Coast. But importantly, as you go exploring all this experience in the Eastern Cape, the warmth and the hospitality of the people of the Eastern Cape to tell you directly unfiltered, authentic experiences and stories about the wonderful offering that the destination offers is the gem to keep, and it is something to behold all the time.
Absolutely, a warmth and a comfort that you will certainly need after leaping off the highest bungee bridge in the southern hemisphere at Blokrands. Mr. Daimani, have you taken a chance at that? Have you jumped off that bungee bridge?
I can show you on your Instagram page. I've done that. I've got the certificate. I'm enjoying it. I will do it again.
Well, you know what? We appreciate all of the hard work that you and your team members are putting in to make sure that you preserve all of those fantastic things to experience so that when we are allowed to enjoy the incredible Eastern Cape experiences again, we're there and we're ready to take them on. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to the viewers at home.
And that was Mr. Vuyani Daimani, of course, the CEO of the Eastern Cape Parks and Tourism Agency, but also a very adventurous man, as it seems, Katleho.
Listen, it's all over Instagram, it's on social media, the proof is there.
So, well, we know that when the borders do open internally here in South Africa, that's where we're booking our next holiday.
The birth and resting place of Madiba. Wamkelekile in the Eastern Cape, a province that is yours to explore.
I can't wait until we can get out there and explore again properly. Love this beautiful land of ours. Let's continue to inspire you after another inspiring week of donations, both in studio and around the whole country, in fact, and seeing exactly what it means to the recipients. That's the most important part. We're ready to kickstart this Tuesday's Expresso family donations yet again with none other than our very own food intern, Kelly. She's a gorgeous young thing. Such a little superstar. Good morning, Charles.
Go Kelly! Go Kelly!
Kelly, thank you so much for doing this. We really do appreciate it. You obviously have been working very closely with Woolies in the food department, so you kind of know better than most how important this is. But what was your motivation to get on board and do this?
You know, helping people has always been near and dear to my heart, so I think this is a perfect opportunity for many people. No matter how small the donation is, no amount is too small to make a difference.
Completely.
I love that. That's truly inspiring, Kelly. Well, it's very easy to donate. All you need to do is scan the QR code on screen right now, or Abantu who do not have the SnapScan app can visit woolworths.co.za/together we will. And just like that.
Just like that.
Easy peasy. You don't have to just use SnapScan. You can also do an EFT. You can go to woolworths.co.za/together we will for all of the information that you need if you want to make that EFT. But the main thing here is just do something, anything, any small amount will make a massive difference. And it's all part of a bigger picture. Kelly, thank you so much. You are a superstar. Give her a big round of applause. It's part of a bigger picture that's now starting to coalesce into something truly inspiring. So thanks to the continuous and ongoing efforts of you gorgeous people at home, South African citizens, Woolies has so far managed to raise 2.125,774 rand. That is insane.
Wow.
Well beyond the target originally set in terms of monetary value. So this equates to a total of 720,601 meals donated.
Beautiful. A massive thank you to Kelly for inspiring all of us and showing us, you know, how much of a difference we truly can make. We are only 280,000 meals away from our target of 1 million meals. So if you just, you know, if just over 28,000 South Africans donated 10 Rand, gee, at 10 Rand each, that would be our goal achieved. We are stronger together, and together we can make a difference.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Happy birthday, a very happy birthday to you.
All right. It's that time again for us to be wishing you, our beautiful, loyal, and very loved viewers, a very happy birthday and celebrate with you. Of course, you're celebrating alongside none other than Sarah Sampaio. Yes, she turns 29 years old today. Now, she's a model and actress from Portugal who gained her fame from modeling as a Victoria's Secret angel and being a beauty ambassador for Giorgio Armani. And she's also won the Best Female Model Award at Portuguese Golden Globes Fashion Awards 5 times. She's really good at what she does. So happy birthday to you, Sarah Sampaio.
Oh, that is so sweet, Mark. Keeping it going and keeping it flowing. To you, the real celebrities out there, this one reads, happy 14th birthday to my princess Zoe Keisha Roda. May your day be filled with lots of joy and laughter. I love you to the moon and back. Lots of love from your mom, Jane, and dad, Elroy, on your special day.
A very happy 18th birthday to Reason Damo. Welcome to adulthood, the message reads. We love you so much, and this is with love from your mom and your sister. Happy birthday, Reason.
Cute. And then guess who's 84 years old today? Yes, it's the most amazing woman ever. Our mother, great-grand sister, and Aunt Maureen Ellis. We wish you a blessed birthday. We thank God for you each day. We love you so much, and this is love from Brenda.
Beautiful message. Happy 26th birthday to our football club's manager, Cindy Letisana. Now, we hope that your birthday is as much fun as you are, but that sets a very high standard. May God bless you more, brother man. This is from African Jaguars Football Club members. Happy birthday, Cindy Le.
And then a happy 32nd birthday to you, brother Luyanda. May you be blessed many more years. Enjoy this special day, and this is from your teammates as well.
Yeah, let this be a day full of joy and celebration. This is for Vanessa. I wish you an outstanding and fabulous 23rd birthday, Vanessa. More life to you, beautiful. And this is from your secret admirer,
Ooh,
Vanessa. This is the first time.
Shoot your shot.
We've
Vanessa.
never had a secret admirer before.
No.
Hey, but now the problem is this. So Vanessa is now feeling all kinds of amazing, being wished a happy birthday by her secret admirer, but she has no idea who it is.
Who it is.
So what's the next step?
The next step is that the secret admirer must send in another video so that we can, connect the dots.
A secret admirer must tweet or Facebook Vanessa with a...
Yes, blink twice. Yeah, Vanessa.
Watch Vanessa's DMs flood with winks. Okay,
She's gorgeous though. Okay, the next one reads, happy birthday to one of the most craziest people we have in Googs, Sean Aka Christie Paza. Just always know that the best of your life is yet to come. Embrace it, be confident, and embark on a future of limitless possibilities and opportunities. Enjoy from your friends Ikasi.
Friends Koka. See, happy birthday to... Do you know this? Okay. Then Lamar Navid. Is that your nephew? Yes. A happy birthday to Lucas, best friend and cousin Lamar, Naveed Hendricks. You are such a joy in our lives. Continue being the smart young boy with the best manners. We love you loads. And this is from your grandma, Evelyn, from Mom, Shanae, and Ogogo as well.
Look at Luca's little face there.
Is that Luca there?
That's Luca. I want to go.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Okay, so if you'd love to send a birthday message to your loved ones out there, send your birthday message and videos to 071-640-6551, or you can email us your birthday wishes to birthdays@cardova.tv.
Absolutely. Change things up a bit and celebrate your loved one's birthday with some freshly baked cinnamon rolls. I can smell it, guys. I can smell it. Can you smell it?
All right. Pay attention. I want you to look at your TV screen right now. Yes? Are you looking at your TV screen? Okay, now do this with me. Take it all in. Smell it. Do you smell that? Do you smell it? No? Okay, let's try again. Do you? Smell it? You don't smell it? Well, peeps, that's smelling good in this kitchen over here this morning. How does this sound? A warm coffee glazed cinnamon roll and a hot cup of Woolies coffee. How does that sound? Well, I think it's the perfect excuse for a birthday celebration and, of course, well-deserved coffee break or even just for breakfast this morning. Smell it. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Now, Chef Clem is here to show us how easy it is to prepare this comforting treat at home. And, of course, if you want to get involved because you want to be able to smell it in your own kitchen, go on our website. It's expressoshow.com. We've got this recipe with the ingredients. But wow, Clem, wow.
We're talking about being healthy and snacking, and yes, we are going to do it, but unlike President Cyril said, it's not with immediate effect, okay? You have today, and then starting tomorrow.
Absolutely. What I always say, it's something I always say to the many children.
You say lots of things, eh?
I say lots of things, but many children, when they see me, they say, Uncle Tabsy, what's the one thing you can leave us with? Words of wisdom. I say,
what do you say?
It's all about balance.
All about the balance.
All about balance. Okay, so let's get going with this one. This is just, wow, man.
Okay, it's super simple. We made this beautiful dough on Friday, the same dough that we made to make that bread we're going to use to make cinnamon rolls. You want to help me today?
I'd like to help
hands,
you.
Everything.
I mean, you know me.
I've got a small whisk for you because you will level up. When you level up, you get a bigger whisk.
Okay, cool.
So just show the South
Must I sit or stand to help
you? You can sit.
Cool.
I mean, if you that type of chef, if you want to sit and cook, there we go. Okay, show South Africa your whisk. South Africa. Level 1 whisk, okay? He's getting at it. This is some icing sugar.
Okay.
And I've got a freshly brewed espresso going in there. Can you just mix it together and make like a beautiful glaze for me? That's going to be the glaze that we use to coat our beautiful cinnabuns. One more thing before we get started. Cameraman Rudy pointed something out and I nearly lost my mind. If I can just show you, in Daily Difference right now, this is why you have to go through it. Look at these. Lindt, so hello snack bites.
Oh, look at that, yes.
5 for 50 rand.
No, don't lie.
5.
No, don't lie. Hold on.
5 for 50 rand.
You're being serious.
Yes.
Wow.
5
This is real.
Tabsy, because you're helping me today.
Yeah.
For you.
Clem!
It's for you.
Thank
I got you
man.
some. I got you some. Okay, I got myself some too.
You
because
love
you gotta treat
me.
yourself. It's called Treat Yourself Tuesday. Okay, so I treated myself. I got my snacks. Okay, cool.
This should become a thing. Literally, Treat Yourself Tuesday.
No.
Let's make it a thing. Let's make it a thing.
Absolutely, but I just realized I have to give that to Kukle. Because we cooked earlier.
What do you mean?
Mustn't I give it to Kukle?
Which one?
This one.
Oh, the other one.
Okay, the other one.
That's fine. Yeah.
Oh,
that's fine.
sharing is caring. Okay, I've got some butter and I've just softened it slightly. I'm going to add cinnamon to it. And then I'm going to add some sugar to it. This is going to be the filling for our cinnabuns, right?
Yeah.
But because we're talking about the fact that the coffee and our chocolate's on promo this week, at Woolies, any two and get 30% off. I mean, we are saving.
That's a giveaway.
I'm going to combine coffee and hot chocolate in this one. I'm using the Decadent Dark Hot Chocolate. That's the one with the chocolate bits inside there as well.
We're indulging, eh?
We are indulging. It's just today. It's just today. No, it's not just today. It's going to be like tomorrow and Friday. I'm thinking about a chisanyama on Friday. Is that okay?
Yeah, dude, I mean, like, there are no rules here. Make it your own, make it your own. But listen, so this is icing, and obviously the coffee that I'm mixing together. It's come together so nicely. I like the consistency. It's nice and thick. It's almost got like the toffee, melted toffee texture.
Yes.
Yeah?
And you want to emphasize the chocolate, the coffee and the chocolate as well. And I just find that coffee and chocolate bring the best out of each other. They're like the best partners ever. They're like, they hype each other up, and I love that about coffee and chocolate. So I love the fact that the promo is running for coffee and for chocolate. it.
But it makes so much sense. They pair nicely together.
Absolutely. So I'm going to take this paste that I've made now, and I'm just going to spread this. Look, it's quite cold outside, which is why the butter's not melting so much.
Yeah.
You can pop it in the microwave just to melt it and get like a nice even spread. But take your time and just make sure you get to all the bits as much as you can of your rough triangle. Doesn't need rectangle, sorry. Doesn't need to be a very like specific 90-degree angled rectangle. But just make sure you get a nice amount of that filling on there.
This is for you.
It smells amazing. Thank you, Tubbsy. Tubbsy, I've never seen it been done better.
I don't think it's ever been done better. That's the thing.
Beyonce, who, Tubbsy, you just come through with gold and everything that you do. I love it. I love it. That's why you get chocolate. That's why you get chocolate.
Thank you for this.
Okay.
Actually, I must put away.
So what I'm going to do now is, okay, I've speed it off. Like I said at home, like take your time, get it evenly done.
Yes.
I rushed it a little bit, but now what you're going to do is just fold up the dough. Very, very simple.
I'm very keen to see how you get this shape and this design of the Cinnabons.
Okay. Well, this is the first thing. Get your nice roll. And then what I like doing that, just kind of stretch it out a bit.
Yeah. So you make it look like a Gatsby first.
Wow. Yes. Okay. And you and me, we got history with Gatsby, so yes,
we do.
You know it. You know it.
You were the first person to introduce me to Gatsby.
Took it to Athlone.
Yes, you did.
We had it, the original place where the Gatsbys came from. It was amazing. You enjoyed it, right?
I did. I loved it. I've been there many times since.
I drove you around like your personal Uber for the day.
It's because I passed out and I couldn't drive myself after eating the Gatsby.
You legit fell asleep in the front seat of the car that day.
You've got the footage.
I've got the footage. Okay. So now that we sliced it, look at that beautiful.
Okay.
That's where your spiral comes from.
How nicely stuffed it is.
Yeah.
It's just
beautiful, beautiful. So we're going to pack it into the springform baking tin.
Yeah.
And we'll always keep in mind, right? You're going to pack it in there, and you can leave a little bit of room if you want. If you feel like, oh my word, I don't have enough, because what's going to happen? You let it sit for about half an hour.
Yeah.
And during that half an hour, it's going to puff up.
If you don't have a tin like that, what could you use at home?
Okay, so you can use like a normal rectangle oven-proof dish. Perfectly fine. Any baking dish, as long as it's oven-proof. It's not about using a specific springform tin.
All right.
So like I said, I'm going to leave this, and you'll see it'll puff up and it'll completely fill the whole dish.
Yeah.
And then it bakes in the oven. It comes out looking beautiful, golden, delicious. All you gotta do is take Uncle Tubbsy's delicious coffee glaze.
Yeah. Wow.
And then you just drizzle.
This is when we should be absolutely, without a doubt, be cueing your favorite music to go on.
But is it too late, Mr. DJ? Is it too late?
Did the DJ come to work today?
Did the DJ come to work today?
I think the DJ was booked.
Oh,
Another time. Another time. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
You can't win every day.
You can't win every day.
But this is a win
You
on
can
its
sing
own.
us out a bit of Mariah Carey. He's laughing like he doesn't want to, but he's ready.
It's not gonna happen. There's no way I'm gonna sing on Tuesday when we know Gatafa is about to do Tuesday. It's just no way. That is just self-sabotage. I'm not about to do that.
That's like all of Destiny's Child is trying to take over. Oh no, you can't do that. But we've taken over in the kitchen today. These Cinnabons are absolutely amazing, so easy to make. What I like to do is I like to let them get a bit stale.
Yeah.
Okay? Then I pop them back in the oven.
Yeah.
They come back to life again. It's amazing. It's all you need with a bit of coffee.
Well, they definitely are
the DJ's,
better.
I think the DJ's back.
No,
the DJ back?
Really? DJ.
Oh.
DJ.
Oh, yes, South Africa. How you like them buns? How you like them buns?
Oh, yes. Put the glaze on
That's it. South Africa, if you don't make this, you're missing out.
Glaze
Make the most of the Woolies promotion right now. Oh, sorry, I'm used to it. Okay.
Glaze them, glaze them, glaze them, and taste them, brew them, and taste them.
Is it a yes? Is it a yes?
Man, it is.
Is it a yes?
It's
wow, summer bodies will be made in 2022. Yes.
It's about balance.
It's about balance.
Come
you know,
on.
balance is two hands.
This is so good.
A Cinnabon in this hand and a Cinnabon in
It's
this
about
hand.
balance.
That's the balance.
Man, listen, go on our website, www.expressoshow.com. We've got this recipe. This is a crowd pleaser. Well, guaranteed crowd pleaser. You'll get that with all the ingredients involved. Of course, they are available with a daily difference at Woolworths, so you don't want to miss out on any of this.
And the promo ends on Sunday, so go out and make sure you get all the chocolate, all the coffee you need. With immediate effect.
Yes, please.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso. Thank you so much for keeping it locked. It's been a funny morning, let's be honest. We've had a lot of fun getting through all of our food cravings. We've had a lot of fun in the kitchen. We've been inspired as well. So thank you so much for the role that you've been playing through that. But let's continue to inspire you right now. And even though another successful Nelson Mandela International Day, so glad that it's gone international now, has come and gone, we are still celebrating Mandela Month and all of the amazing opportunities therein.
Truly, and we're about to learn about a life-changing initiative run by Usaki Sizwe Community Project, an NPO that has gone above and beyond to upskill people living on the streets with computer training. We know Madiba would have loved this work, especially because he strove to bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Completely. And we are going to be resounding, I think, for the rest of this month with amazing words from Tata Madiba, but these ones really do ring true. Until we reduce the wide gaps between the educated and the illiterate, the sheltered and the homeless, and the very rich and the poor, we will continue to be deeply divided. And boy, haven't those divides been highlighted now more than ever during the coronavirus pandemic. But hopefully the fact that more of a light has been cast on that disparity gives us an opportunity to do something about it.
Absolutely true, G.
Thank you so much for staying with your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, here on SABC3. Now, this next story is really a reminder that even during a pandemic, we can still touch lives and positively alter their future. And that's what happened when a local non-profit organization, Saki Sizwe Community Project, began and completed a basic computer training course for homeless people in Durban. A computer training course that consists of modules such as Introduction to Computer Hardware and Software, Microsoft Word, typing skills, just to name a few.
Yeah, now the chairperson of Saki Sizwe Community Project, Vumani Gwala, joins us to tell us a little bit more about this most inspiring initiative. Thank you very, very much for joining us, Vumani. How are you this morning?
I'm fine, and yourselves?
Excellent, excellent. And we are most excited to hear about this initiative that I believe came about or started inside a government shelter for homeless individuals. All this at the start of lockdown. I mean, if that's correct, take me through the story and exactly how it all happened.
Basically when the whole COVID-19 pandemic was starting out here in South Africa, it's a municipality in connection with the Department of Social Development in KZN. They devised a way of trying to get the most vulnerable members of our society, which is the homeless, to be able to access shelters. When the shelters were set up, we thought that it would be a good idea for us as an organization to intervene to assist the homeless in terms of getting new skills and signing them up on our skills programs that we have. But there was never a way that we could be able to do that. So the shelters presented an opportunity for us to be able to do so, since they were already in a structured place and we could be able to intervene properly. So we just shipped our computers and our equipment to the shelter, and then we started the training. So that was it.
You know, the thing about this program, it's that it really does prepare these beneficiaries for a world of work out there. What type of work then can they do once they're done, once they've got the certificate?
So Saki Sizwe is an accredited training institution. We are accredited with various CETAs. So our qualifications are NQF aligned. But the idea was to be able to plant the seed, basically, because we do feel that the whole world is moving towards the fourth industrial revolution, and for us as a country to leave the most vulnerable members of our society behind will not yield the results that we wish to achieve as a country moving forward.
Yeah, I think a far-reaching consequence of something like this is that you end up opening up people's minds and those individuals' minds to the possibilities of what the world can offer and what they can offer to the world as well, not just in the immediate, but in the forward, in the future, rather, as we move forward into that fourth industrial revolution you're talking about, Vumani. Now, you've touched 55 souls and you've empowered them already, but you do plan on starting a second round for other homeless people soon. Is that correct?
Yes, we are very enthusiastic about the second round. Initially we wanted to sign on 100 people. We did have some dropouts initially. Every project has its challenges, its fair share of challenges, I guess. But yeah, we are starting the second phase. We are very excited. The support that we are getting from the eThekwini municipality has been amazing. The support from the KZN Department of Social Development has been overwhelming, basically. So yeah, the participants are enthusiastic. They are looking forward to it. So yeah, we're starting the second phase quite soon.
Now, we know that this isn't your main tool for community building. You have many other ways in which you assist and step in and help the community. You also have a filmmaking and a music program, I believe, that you run there. Please tell us more about that.
Yeah, we realized very early on when we were starting as an organization, because we started in 2012, that we can intervene in people's lives through trainings and skills programs, but we still felt that we were still marginalizing a large portion of our society and our communities. So we realized that we had to venture out and find out other programs that were more skills-based, basically. So that's when the idea of the filmmaking program was initiated and the music program was initiated. We work with the likes of Buso Koza in the music scene, who mentors young people and records with them and takes them through the music scene, basically. On the film front, we work with the likes of Thabo Mnguni, who's on Uzalo currently, was on Generations. So yeah, it's a very exciting program as well, and it's helping a lot of young people to be able to find out more about the music and the filmmaking scene.
Well, I'm hoping that somebody's definitely got the film rolling on what you've been doing with this program, so that one day we can see a wonderful documentary series of all of the success stories, as I'm sure will prevail from what you've done so far. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Sure, that is absolutely incredible. Now, we know that making a change is never easy, but this is a welcomed change and a challenge for the homeless, for sure. But helping them help themselves really is what it's all about. We wish you all the best.
So I'm chatting to Umalume Musa here. He's owned a small clothing factory for years now, and he's always inspired me with his success. But like a lot of businesses, this lockdown's hit him hard. So he spoke to his banker, and they've put together a tailor-made relief solution for him to help his business and his people get through this. Making your bank your business partner, that's a habit worth keeping.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast show, Expresso, right here on SABC3, and it is Tuesday Tunes, and once again this morning I'll be accompanied by Roderick McKay on the piano, brilliant talent, and today I thought I would share alongside him one of my favorite songs, Remember When It Rained by Josh Groban.
Wash away the thoughts inside that keep my mind away from you. No more love and no more pride, and thoughts are all I have to do. Ground and looked up high and called your name. Remember when it rained? In the darkness I remain. Tears of hope run down my skin. Tears for you that will not dry. They magnify the one within and let the outside slowly die. In
Thank you very much, Katlego and Roderick McKay on the keys, of course. What a beautiful, spirited performance on this Tuesday morning here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. And there's certainly a dedication, I believe, for Ubabu Kaunda Ntuja, who passed away, one of the most iconic commentators of our time. Over to you, Graham and Katlego.
First of all, that was beautiful, man. Thank you so much. It really was lovely. I've been just poring over the amounts of comments and dedications coming through for Kaunda, and we thought we'd focus on this one in particular, which really does hit home, coming from his wife, Aviwe. And she said, "I carry your heart with me, my love. Thank you for loving us unconditionally. Many knew the man, but I was granted the privilege of knowing you as Kaunda, my soulmate, for the last 10 years. Rest, my angel. You have left your mark in the hearts and minds of so many." There, pictured with his beautiful daughter. And one can only just barely, scarcely imagine the pain that the family must be going through. But he was a man who knew how to celebrate life and celebrate rugby.
Absolutely. At 38 years old, he's left us, but he certainly left us with memories that will last us a lifetime, and some of which we're about to relive right now. Take a look at this.
Iple bola de Clark. Mayambe. Nangu look on your arm. Marks. Mapimpi. A couple T-Rex. Wala look on your arm. Martolo bola. T-Rex Mapimpi. Oh, it's a man. Likasu. Hipapli. Shampopo. Shambisi. Oh, it just was wild. Yes, we could check it out.
Oh, come on!
Absolutely beautiful.
Ati Shampopo, Shambisi.
Oh, that bubble.
Beautiful, beautiful. My goodness.
I think his commentary when Sia Khaleesi took to the field for the first time as our captain as well. So many iconic moments. He elevated Xhosa in terms of what the market had in sports. I think in a massive way he had a cultural mark. But I think by his colleagues and people who knew him within sport will be massively, massively missed.
Yeah, absolutely. He also made history as the very first black African to captain the SA Schools rugby side. So a man whose heart was truly Currie Cup winner, invested in the game of rugby, and he certainly lived that passion through his voice as he infused that very same passion within all of us as the fans of rugby. And we know what rugby has done for this country. In no small measure what it's done for his country, and he's part of that legacy. So rest in peace, Ntate Kaunda Ntuja, passing away at the age of 38. And condolences, heartfelt condolences and prayers go out to his family, who at this time must be having such an incredibly difficult time dealing with the grief and the sudden loss.
Yeah, and hopefully finding just some solace in the outpouring of love for this incredible human being. Well, from our side as well, we continue to show that love, and we thank you for joining us today. Thank you for a beautiful performance. We will see you bright and early tomorrow morning to do it all over again.
Bye, everyone.
Nice, guys.
Made with love by Clover. Another feel-good production.